Live from the studios that brought you.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Here's Bob Fescoe and Dusty Likens.
Happy Friday, everybody. We finally made it. Is this the first time we've all been together in 2 weeks?
Over 2 weeks. It's been over 2 weeks, 15 days. It's been a while.
4,025 minutes. Rent.
You got it.
I'm a Broadway guy.
You got it.
Big Broadway guy. Went to New York guy. Big Broadway guy, too.
Yeah.
Seen one.
Yeah.
Been to Starlight, big Starlight guy one time. Just found out it was across from the zoo 2 years ago. I
remember that.
Yeah. You didn't know
I
either.
didn't know it either.
Yeah, don't say it like that. We came in and Dad over here was like, aren't you guys from Kansas City? I'm not even
Idiot.
from
I don't
here.
know
I
what
knew
you're
that.
talking about. Tell everybody you're from Kansas City all the time. I mean, you do realize, like, I moved here when you were 8, right?
That's fair.
Okay.
But I just remember his face. I'm like, man, I came in. I was like, it's like whenever Jim Carrey walks out of the bar in Dumb and Dumber. We landed on the moon. Starlight's across from the zoo. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, I am. But happy Friday. Glad to have us all back together.
Yes.
We can get rolling into what is going to be a fun football season. It started last night. I'm sure Bob was up, watched the walk-off by Carolina. You know,
I watched the first half and then went to bed on that one. I'm not staying up for a preseason NFL game. But
How'd Carson Beck look, Bob? Break it down.
I thought Carson looked pretty good in that second drive, that 90-yard drive that he had. Put it together. Yeah, it was a really nice drive.
Quarterback?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. Well, I don't know. It's Jacoby Brissett. I mean, you might as well have a quarterback controversy, right? No, it is. But you might as well have a quarterback controversy in a situation like that. Why not? I know you paid Jacoby Brissett a little bit of dough, over the last couple of games or last couple of weeks, but why not? I mean, it's Jacoby Brissett. It's not like you have Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen out there. You damn well better have a quarterback competition if you're the Phoenix Cardinals.
Yeah, the first or the fourth best quarterback in football right now, Josh Allen and then Patrick Mahomes, according to sources. But
get bent.
Yeah, Carson Beck reminds me of that mushroom in your yard. Bob doesn't have it because he's got aspen. But
I do. It's crazy. All the neighbors have mushrooms now.
That's what Carson Beck reminds me of. Like, you don't see it, and then it pops up. You're like, oh, there it is.
Like, there he is.
And he already looks like a penis.
He's unfortunate looking, but he played really well.
Okay, so you got his skill set broke down?
No. I'd still start Brissett. I'm pro sit all rookie quarterbacks if you can, and Brissett's good. Like, Brissett is good quarterback.
How did Kenny P look? Small hands?
Oh. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. Kenny P's rough.
I mean, I didn't watch any of that game.
I stopped after. I mean, you said first half. I think I made it to the first quarter.
I found it to be a very entertaining game. Jen said to me, she goes, "How's the game?" I go, "It's actually very entertaining." I mean, there were offensive drives and doing all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We finally had something good to watch, and it's been a while since we had something else, since the World Cup, really. But it was fun. It was entertaining. It was enjoyable. I thought Mike Tomlin was a home run on their broadcast.
I did see that.
He's great. He's fantastic.
They showed him when he was like in his first game ever, which was like the Hall of Fame game or whatever it was.
Yeah.
He looked like a child.
Yeah, I mean, he was great. He's him on, and that's the best part about it. He's not trying to be somebody else or not trying to be a broadcaster. He doesn't have to be. He's being who he is, and by being who he is, lends the credibility. It's fun. It's entertaining. It was enjoyable. He's going to be a star. I mean, we knew that going in. But, I mean, a preseason game where this guy dominated the broadcast, it was outstanding. He's great, man. He's fantastic.
I did see the pregame stuff. I saw that part because I think he gave a classic Tomlin response. She's like, man, what happened, Mike? And he's like, shoot, coaching in this league or something like that. Makes you like turn. It's like when you see the president get elected and then see the president depart from the White House. You're like, whoa. And, not the last two. But yeah, I thought it was interesting to see Mike Tomlin on there. I think him and we saw Kirk Cousins last year in the playoffs. I thought he's going to have a future there.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
That was probably the biggest takeaway. That was Mike's debut.
Mike's debut. Yeah, that's the biggest takeaway from this game. I don't think anybody's making a team based on what they did last night in a game where nobody really played. Most guys were standing on the sidelines, but. Mike Tomlin being the number one story of that game, he was great. And you know what? I think he's going to make everybody else better on that panel because I thought Jason Garrett was better than he's ever been before as well.
I thought so too.
Devin McCourty. I'm not a fan of Maria Taylor. I think she stinks. I think
really?
I like her. I think she brings the whole. I'm not a fan. I don't think she's any good. I really don't. I mean, there's a couple times last night I'm like, are you watching these games? Like, do you really know what's going on?
How is Jack Collinsworth?
I don't know where he is anymore. Yeah, he's gone, which he should have been gone. But I'm just not a huge fan of hers on that show. I think they could do better from the lead host position. But maybe Mike Tomlin helps and makes everybody else better on that panel as well, because I thought he was just fantastic. And if you're on that panel now and you're not living up to Mike Tomlin, you're getting your ass kicked. And so I think there's probably going to be a little bit of competition as well from everybody on there to up their game a little bit.
Yeah, he had a pretty good interview, too, with Bryce Young walking across the field. I thought that was solid. Obviously, like, you take time writing those questions. You're getting help from producers with that. But still, like, the walking at the right pace, looking at the camera when you needed to, just the normal things that maybe we take for granted in this business, in the media business. I thought I was like, pretty good.
Yeah, no, he was outstanding last night. And so he's got a real future, a real reason now to get back to watching Sunday Night Football's pregame show, because for a while there, when it first started, Football Night in America, it was a must-watch, man, especially if you're out at the games all day, right? You're out at Arrowhead all day, and you come home, you want to see what happened. You get an opportunity to sit down. It was a great show, and then it got away from itself, and it got too much, I don't know, just wasn't good. They didn't have good people on there, Sims and Collinsworth, and it was like, just a mess of everybody's sons. And then, now they've got to kind of back a little bit with Tomlin, and I love him so much, man. He's just going to be so awesome.
Speaking of awesome, Ken Walker. So, Mac, you got to come back and probably watch like 5 hours of video of just camp footage.
Oh, you know it.
But, man, did the Chiefs sign him at the right time? I mean, what in the world? The NFL is so hilarious to me because was it 3 years ago? Austin Eckler was trying to start like a revival of running backs being underpaid and undervalued. Well, just hold tight. The NFL makes a crap load of money every year, and then it's the new thing. And we saw, I think it was it Tuesday? Bijan Robinson holdout was over. The Atlanta Falcons ended up paying him, and it was like Bijan Robinson's the highest paid running back in the history of the NFL.
Until Jahmyr Gibbs.
And then Jonathan Taylor signs a contract. And then Jahmyr Gibbs is now the highest paid running back. And now Ken Walker is 9th in contracts. So maybe paid him just the right amount of money in the right time period to pay that man money.
It's funny this is happening because I said to Mac yesterday when that contract came out, I said, look, maybe the Chiefs got in on this on the right side of the running back. Finally they paid a running back before the money got out of hand. And maybe now we're going to start to see the wide receiver money kind of come back to earth a little bit. If everybody's spending all their money now on quarterbacks and running backs, maybe the wide receiver money will come back down to earth a little bit. And that run of paying every wide receiver $35 million is going to end because now we're going to be paying every running back all of that money. So you kind of got to look at the trends a little bit. Maybe this will be the year where nobody wants a wide receiver and the Chiefs will have a great opportunity in free agency either to pay their own if they want to or go out and get somebody else. And so you see this every year. It's always the quarterback. That guy's always going to get paid. Then we were paying every defensive end in the world. Then we were paying every wide receiver in the world. Now we're paying every running back in the world. The good teams are going to know what the next position is and start locking up those guys early.
And don't forget D-tackle.
D-tackles as well, yeah.
When Chris Jones held out, that's when all those guys started, what was it? Was it Jamal Adams? No. What was the kid from Atlanta? Was it Jacksonville? Their defensive tackle that got a lot, Lawrence or something.
Jacksonville.
Or
New York. Dexter Lawrence.
Dexter Lawrence.
And now he's over in
Cincinnati now, yeah. But yeah, it's a defensive tackle. So I'm going to guess defensive backs are probably your next position. We've already paid the left tackles, right? We paid the running backs. We've paid the wide receivers. We've paid the defensive line. It's probably going to be your defensive backs that you're going to pay. Right?
They make a lot of money.
Wait, what's that?
They make a lot of money already.
I know, but I mean, we're going to start.
Surtain got his deal, right?
Yep, Denzel Ward, Surtain. I mean, they're making $30 million
and
a year.
McDuffie got a big payday from the Rams.
He got paid too, so maybe we're already paying
Everybody's
defensive.
getting paid.
But look at what the Chiefs roster is. I mean, it's young guys that aren't getting paid at defensive back, right? Because you knew that maybe that's going to be the next position. And if you nail these guys in the draft, you got 5 years or 4 years of rookie contracts. That's great.
My take would be that every position does get paid relative to their position. Running backs have all gotten paid. Now that money's gone up a little bit, but all the money goes up for every position a little bit. The difference with the Chiefs is they're paying non-premier positions a lot of money. That's their problem, and it's their, you could call it a problem, you could call it their strategy, but they're not paying wide receivers or running backs a lot of money. They're not not paying tackles a lot of money. They're paying guards and centers and a middle linebacker a lot of money. So that's the rub.
And also, too, I mean, if you didn't get Ken Walker this offseason and now you were trying to do this next offseason, forget about it. You weren't going to be able to afford him. I mean, they could barely afford Ken Walker to begin with. That was their only free agent signing. They put all their eggs into that basket. And now Brett Veach is walking around looking like a genius signing Ken Walker to that contract. Yeah, and I woke up this morning thinking, man, if I'm Ken Walker, I'm making a phone call going, dude, like, we got to talk, man. I know I just got here and it's a fresh contract, but my God, everybody else just got paid this week.
Sorry, the pending stride.
That's right.
Don't use whiteout. No, that's yeah. I mean, I agree, Mac. I think the positions they have locked up are, Chris Jones.
Yep.
Nick Bolton. Obviously Mahomes.
Yep.
Ken
Highest
Walker,
paid kicker.
Highest paid. Yeah, tight end is not anymore, or is he at the top?
He's not at the top, but he's top 5, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's making $15 million a year.
It's a lot of money for a tight end.
Yep. And then Karlaftis has medium kind of contract for his position.
The premium position that they're paying is the quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you're paying your quarterback. It makes it difficult to pay everybody else, right?
That's what happened in Buffalo. They paid Josh Allen. They couldn't keep all those defensive players in the secondary.
Yep,
and
right.
We've seen that defense dissipate and cause their defensive coach a job because it's his fault that Josh Allen played like absolute ass against them.
Yeah.
But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy that talks about it. But no, it's good to have everybody back together. It's good to have a good Friday today as well. It's Travis Kelce Day, part 2.
Yes, Dustman's birthday, baby.
That's right.
Happy birthday.
Go.
Last year of my 40s or 30s. Last year.
Let's go.
Got to live it up.
Yeah. What
Big
are you going to do?
4-0.
What's the one thing you got to do in the last year? Is there something? Is something on the bucket list?
I don't know.
We got to figure that out. We got to do something awesome.
The last dine of 39?
Yes.
Okay. We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll eat meatloaf again. First time didn't go so well.
Yeah, that
We'll
was
be all right. I'll make it myself this time.
Momo will make it for me.
Want to get to a special announcement today. Plus, we talk about what Spags had to say about maybe the next highest paid Chiefs player here in Kansas City on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Marcel Delane, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, the summer's rolling along, and that means the heat's going to stay there, which means you need to cool down with a Surfside. You know what I'm talking about. You go out to the K, you're watching the game, 0 bubbles, 0 troubles in your hand with a Surfside. Grab a delicious Surfside today. It's only 100 calories, and the best part is 0 bubbles. That means there's 0 troubles. So it's easy to sip and enjoy while you're at the game or hanging at the tailgate. Also, ask for Surfsides at your local bar and liquor store and grab it at the game. You must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Man, that was the insurance company again.
What'd they say?
They want another statement, more paperwork. They're telling me what my car's worth. Now they want all my medical records.
Dude, why are you dealing with all that?
Call the Car Crash Kings.
One call and they deal with the insurance company for you. The calls, the paperwork, the negotiations. You just focus on getting better.
Hurt in a car wreck? Don't do it yourself. Call the Car Crash Kings. It's what we do.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely from advertisements.
Men, when addressing the problem of erectile dysfunction, you want the right treatment for your specific medical situation because every case is different, and finding the right treatment can mean the difference between just an okay experience and an amazing one. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and at our practices, we offer the full range of ED treatment protocols and can even combine therapies to help make those intimate moments special both for you and your partner. At Heartland Men's Health, we take great pride in providing excellent care and treatment options for ED. Our medical providers specialize in men's sexual health and understand that no 2 cases are alike, which means you'll get the right treatment for you based on sound medical evaluation and appropriate applications of medical therapies. Plus, we offer treatments that are effective and well well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most men, you'll get your sex life back. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99. It includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Kansas City football fans, Dana Hughes here. Countdown to kickoff is officially on, so now is the time to stock the cooler with Yingling Flight. Whether you're headed to training camp, firing up the grill, or getting together with family and friends on game day, Yingling Flight is the perfect way to enjoy the football season. At just 95 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs, it's everything you want in a light beer. Yingling Flight, the next generation of light beer. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where supplies start at just 25 cents?
Staples has the latest laptops with up to 40% savings.
I may hug the cashier.
So embarrassing.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples with up to 40% off select tech. Staples.
That was easy.
Visit Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct, to the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The best football contests are back out in Las Vegas with Circa Sports. $30 million in guaranteed prizes, no rake in any of the 3 contests. Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action, 128 ways to win. Or Circa Survivor. You pick one winner each week, the last one standing wins. And Circa Grandissimo with $100,000 entry. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $30 million guaranteed. Visit circusports.com for details.
Chiefs coverage sponsored by Renner Garage Door. RENNER, forward and back.
Almost Andy Reid here. Summer heat can put your garage door to the test. Stay ahead of the game with a Renner Garage Door summer tune-up. Plus, get free repair or replacement quotes and $100 off a new garage door. Forward and back.
RENNER. This is Michael Waka from the Kansas City Royals, and you're listening to 96.5 The Fan.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
On the Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown, 15 minutes. Kansas side 70 eastbound from 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
You know, one thing we could do before I turn 40, Mac and Bob, is we could go see an NBA game.
Yes.
Possibly San Antonio. Go down to their Riverwalk, which is beautiful. Never been,
Smash.
but heard it's awesome.
Would love to do that. Sign me up.
How much did you guys talk about Hawaii yesterday?
Not at all, really.
Really?
No.
Zero. That's all I cared about this morning.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you asking, man. It was fun, dude.
I'm just jealous of the fruit that you got to eat.
Oh, so good.
What was like the best fruit? Pineapple?
Pineapple and papaya. Yeah, and they kind of say, I think they say papaya and mango are their kind of 2 staples. So I was making sure to have those. Was having smoothies every morning, which I'm not a coffee guy, so I was doing the smoothies. So it was incredible. I was telling you off the air. I mean, seafood and steak. That's basically all I ate.
Yeah, that's good.
I was trying to every seafood catch of the day. I'll try it. I don't care. Whatever it is, give it to. It's all so good, dude.
Good.
What was the best fish?
I had a blackened fish sandwich that was really good. I think it was that was the sea bass.
Chilean sea bass?
Yeah, I think that was the sea bass sandwich. But I mean, I'm a sucker for scallops, which I had multiple times.
Yeah,
I
good.
love scallops, so I was doing that a lot. You just know it's fresh right there, right?
Mhm.
You know that it's so good. So
Meanwhile,
yeah,
it's coming from Costco. It's imported from Connecticut.
it's gonna be great. Yeah, it's gonna be great, but
no barbecue.
Zero barbecue.
Because they have they do barbecue in Hawaii, but it's obviously different.
Yeah, and there was one when we went ziplining, there was a couple food trucks, and one of the signs was like Texas barbecue, and I was like, first off, no, you're not the best barbecue. Second off, absolutely not. We will not be doing that. But yeah, man, ziplining, snorkeling, did the whole thing, parasailing. Water was incredible. Like, it's not like California, that's super cold. It was not at all.
California water is just cold year round.
You can't go in. Yeah, it's freezing.
So cold.
What a tease.
California's terrible.
It is a tease. I remember the first time, like, what?
Yeah, we're a
Sucks.
wetsuit and surf. That's all that's good for you. You don't go in the water out there at all.
Yeah.
And if you do, then you get taken under and the lifeguard has to rescue you. It's so stupid, Here's this beautiful ocean, can't go in it. It's like 30 degrees. No, because it comes down from Alaska. That's where that jet stream is. It loops, up through Alaska and back down the coastline. So you're always getting that cold water out there in California. It loops up over Hawaii. Hawaii's way the hell out. So what's that, like 6 hours from the California coast to get there?
6 hours is what they said. Yeah, a lot of people from California there. Saw a couple Seahawks fans.
It's easy from California to go for a vacation out there to California. It's a quick flight for them. It's easy.
Yeah, very easy.
What's your flight?
We went to Denver and then went to Hawaii, which was 8 hours.
Probably,
and then on the way back, went from Hawaii to Chicago, which was like 9.
That's a long flight.
It was a long flight. And then Chicago to here, which was, hour and a half, 2 hours.
No big deal.
Yeah, once you get to Chicago, you're like, oh, we've made it.
Yeah, we're here. We can do this. Yes.
And then you just destroyed a cheeseburger when you got back to America.
Absolutely. First thing, I was like, McDonald's, let's go. 2 double cheese, please. I need it.
Still a growing boy. Speaking of a growing guy into a man, that's Peter Woods, man. So, he was the belle of the ball since you were gone. I know you caught up, but yeah, Peter Woods and
Cyrus Allen.
Cyrus Allen
seemed to be the 2 stars.
This was Spags on Peter Woods.
Now, Pete's one of them thick, good-looking D-lines. Well, the way they're supposed to look, right? I think he's got a ways to go. I mean, some of these younger guys aren't really used to the way we do things. I'm talking about all the little things, running in and out of the huddle, all that stuff.
It's hard to do that.
That's for all the rookies, and Pete's right in there with that crew. But when he does get his feet right, he does keep his pad level low, he's a pretty good football player. So it's our job to get him to do that every down, and hopefully that. And he's a willing guy. I like him. He's a smart, good football player.
I can hear him talk all day long, but I do want to, hey, Spags, what's your favorite food in the world?
Now, pizza.
Yeah, pizza. Yeah.
How many toppings go on a pizza?
Now, pizza.
On a pizza.
I like pizza, Steve. Multiplicity, great movie.
Yeah. He can't run in and out of the huddle. Is that where we are now with Peter Woods? This is the thing though that we're glamming onto. If that's what we're pointing at, he's gonna be just fine. I mean, he's not used to some of this stuff. What is going on outside? It looks like Judgment Day is happening right now.
Pink skies, man.
In front of us, man. It looks bizarre out there.
Nights.
Are the pink skies? Are the aliens coming? Are they finally taking us away?
They're on the moon, actually.
Are they finally here to get us and take us home? I mean, what is going on out there? But if that's the thing that he's looking at for Peter Woods, he's not adjusting to running in and out. What else you got besides running in and out of the huddle?
His favorite food.
Now, pizza.
Yeah. You went right to running in and out of the huddle that he's not used to. I think he can get used to that.
Yeah,
seriously.
Pad level. Come
pad
on.
level. Play a little bit lower and run in and out of the huddle. Other than that, you're good.
Play him.
Again, this was Spags on Peter Woods.
Now, pizza. Pete's one of them thick, good-looking D-lines. Well, the way they're supposed to look, right? I think he's got a ways to go. I mean, some of these younger guys aren't really used to the way we do things. I'm talking about all the little things, running in and out of the huddle, all that stuff.
Putting your helmet on.
That's for all the rookies, and Pete's right in there with that crew. But
buckling your chin strap.
When he does get his feet right, he does keep his pad level low.
Having
he's
water.
He's a pretty good football player, so it's our job to get him to do that every down, and hopefully that. And he's a willing guy.
Tying his
I like
shoes.
Him. He's a smart, good football player.
I know he's smart, but what else can't he do
He's a
besides
monster.
running in and out of the huddle?
He's a monster, and you should have him in there.
I'm just going to say this: we got on the Royals for not playing Cags every day, unless there's a left-handed offensive lineman out here. I don't know. Peter Woods should probably be out there playing, right, getting those
Royals.
reps.
We got Cags, Chiefs. We got Spags. This was him also on Mansour Delane.
I mean, we just haven't had the work. You go through OTAs and It's just helmets. So, and he hasn't had a chance to really, the thing he's missing right now is the continuity with a bunch of guys that are new to him. Everybody's new. So we're going to have to fight through that. I mean, before you know it, we're going to be lining up against Denver. So hopefully we can get him back quicker than we thought.
And you do kind of mention something that's noteworthy, because you said, like, the Royals, we wanted to see Cags play. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with Peter Woods, man. Like, just watch him mature on the field and then nitpick what really matters. Like, I understand that, like, getting out there and understanding, like, what unit you're in or what the play is called or whatever it may be, but, like, use that for classroom time. You know what I mean? Like, use that for film. Let him go out there and go up against Trey Smith until he pukes, right? Yep. Like, that's what you want to see, because then you will be ready to go up against Denver, who's got a pretty decent offensive line. And
they cheat.
Same thing for your offensive line. You're going to go up against monsters in week 1, which is the Denver Broncos defensive line. But the best way that you can get better is to just go out there and continue to do it. Your daughter gets in a car wreck. What's the first thing you did?
Get your ass out back there and drive.
100%, right? Like, don't fault the small things, like getting in and out of the huddle at the right time. I understand that can be a penalty and that can be crucial at a moment in time of game. Use the video for that. Hey, see this laser? Like, you need to be off the field when we get to this point. Okay, sounds good. Don't use that as something that maybe causes him to not be out there and be at the ready.
Well,
That's just what I'm saying.
No, I'm with you as well. I mean, that was ridiculous that he even mentioned that. I mean, that shows you that the guy is really dominating, and they just don't want to get excited. And I understand that Spags has never been a guy, that got excited about the young rookies, but they have played a lot of young rookies. I mean, he's had to do that over the past. I mean, I know he has that reputation. He doesn't like those young guys. They threw, Trent McDuffie right in there right away. They threw Karlaftis in there right away. So I'm sure they're going to throw Delane and Peter Woods in there right away. You put the best players out there, regardless of how they
Williams.
are.
They didn't with Jeffrey Bassa.
Yeah.
That was a big conversation last year on offense and defense.
Last year was a weird year, okay? I don't know how else to say that. Last year was a weird year for whatever reason, and talking to people afterwards, like, you have no idea all the stuff that really was going on. I'm like, I don't care anymore. You were 6-11. We're moving on. But last year was a weird year for everybody, right? And so let's see what they do this year. Let's see what they do with these guys this year, because you have to play these guys. You basically have turned your whole defense over to young guys. So you got to play these young guys. There's no veteran presence out there that you can really play in place of Peter Woods at this point in time.
Yeah, you have to have these young guys. I mean, I said it, I think, yesterday on the air. I mean, at least 2, probably 3 young guys, rookies / second-year players, have to be studs for this team to compete, have to be studs. And Peter Woods clearly is one of those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely is one of those guys. And we don't know what we're going to get from Gelati and Norman Lear and those guys that we had last year. I mean, we keep forgetting about those guys as well.
Gelati needs to get healthy.
You look at this defensive line, you got 8 players on there right now, all top 3 or 4 round draft picks too, And so you've got to go out there and now produce, because you have essentially all day one. Back in the old school days where the first 3 rounds were on day one, you have I think 6 of your 8 defensive linemen are day 1 draft picks. Damn. I don't know where Tonga was taken, where he was drafted. And then, was it Lear was in the 4th round? Norman Lear was 4th round guy,
right? 3rd or 4th, I can't remember,
Either Lott or Gelati was a 4th round guy, right?
Yeah.
So I think 6 of the 8 were all in the first 3 rounds of that draft. And so the production does have to be there, regardless if they're a first-year player or a 10th-year player like Chris Jones. You've got the talent now on that defensive line. Gunther Cunningham told me that years ago. He goes, the biggest problem we have is we don't have any first-day draft picks. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because we have no first-day draft picks on our team. No first-round, second-round, or third-round draft picks were on those Chiefs defensive teams in 03, 04, where they had all those good offenses. They never were able to match up with the defense. Now you've got a lot of first-day draft picks on there. The first 3 rounds on that defensive line is littered with those guys. Play like it.
Yeah, Norman Lott into the second, Gelati 3rd pick of the 3rd round.
Okay, so there's maybe one guy then that's not a top 3-round draft pick on that team. And I don't know where Tonga was drafted. I could be completely wrong about that.
Is there also something to be said that, like he says, he has a ways to go, but the one thing or the things that he's nitpicking are minute?
That's right. That's a good thing. Yeah. It really is a good thing.
I don't want to be being sarcastic and saying like, oh, he's got to learn how to buckle. Like, that's why. Like, I mean, like, oh, shucks. Like, He's got to learn how to get in and out of the huddle. That's where we're at. We're not on cadences. We're not on lining up right. We're not on personnel.
Right.
We're on this.
Then
he better effing start week 1.
Start. Yeah. Seriously, start.
I mean,
because we're watching snap counts this year, are we not?
Yeah, we are. You got to go out there and play. I mean, it's like we used to have this boss that would complain about the bump music, to Josh and I, right? And Josh looked at him one time and goes, "This is really what you're complaining about?
Cool.
This really you're complaining about the bump music? You got anything else that matters? Like seriously." So that's like I always relive stuff like that when I hear you can't run in and out of the huddle. This is what we're doing now. We're really minimizing it down to this. This is how good this player is. We're looking for anything to kind of keep him humble right now. And that's part of it too. You don't want a rookie to think he's arrived and then stop putting in the work. You want to keep that guy a little bit humble, but it feels like he's ready to go, man. It gets me even more excited hearing Spags talk about him.
Sometimes, right? Like sometimes you're just you have to. The guy gave you no reason why you can't, right? Like I'm sure Mahomes could have started his first year after watching him in preseason game 1, where you're like, okay, like we have this Alex guy who's really good, and Mahomes' only thing that he really needs to learn is what Alex is going to teach him, and until that is done, he can't start. And it was like the arm's there, the vision's there, the brain's there.
He would have been raw that first year, but he could have played.
Oh, 100%.
Could have played fine.
There's a lot of people that say if he goes into that Tennessee game, who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, you don't know.
But he didn't. And so
21-3 at half.
Yeah. Was there. Knew we were going to lose.
Wasn't Mahomes.
21-3 is becoming a 3-0 lead now. Or a 2-0 lead, I should say. We always talked about that 2-0 lead in hockey and soccer, how it sucks. 21-3 sucks.
It shouldn't when you're at home in the playoffs.
Twice, though.
Yeah.
Against Mariota.
Yeah, worse. Royals bullpen now or Chiefs defense in the second half, then Ty goes to the runner.
Yeah.
Ty does not go to the runner in this offseason total chart. $628 million at the top of free agency and extensions paid this offseason. Any guesses who that team is?
I'm going to guess the Chiefs.
It's the Kansas City Chiefs. Yep. The next closest is the Philadelphia Eagles at $463 million. Now, obviously, Mahomes has spiked that.
I was going to say, how much of that is Patrick, right?
A lot of it, but a lot of it is others, right? Like other guys that they extended, other guys they signed. Ken Walker was part of that list, but $628 million. I don't know what that says to you guys. At least it tells me this team saw itself go 6-11 and hit the panic button and started spending money and locking guys up to keep it together for at least a few more years until they really have to revamp when Jones and Kelsey and Bolton and all these guys are gone.
Yeah, you paid Kelsey your 15. You paid Patrick Mahomes his money, right? You locked those two guys up. Obviously, you paid Ken Walker. Who else did they lock up this offseason, though, that they've had on their roster for a while? Because they didn't really go out and spend a ton of money, this offseason on contracts. So where does $628 million? I mean, $500 million for Mahomes. Is that what we're going with?
I mean, that extension was $200 or something.
$250 million there, right? So,
I mean, you paid Tyquan Thornton, but you didn't really pay him.
Right, that's pennies,
Did Travis Kelce's contract get redone?
Well, yeah, he got $15 million. So, yeah.
17
but see, this is like when you look at your bank statement and you're like, I spent $1,000. Like, where did this happen?
Yeah.
10 at Quick Trip, 21 at Hy-Vee, 50 at whatever. And you're like, okay, that's where it went. But it did go.
It just seems like a big number right there when you look at it, and you look at what Patrick Mahomes is saying. He's $250 million, or maybe they're counting the whole contract. I don't know. But that just seems like a weird number for me because they did not go out and redo a lot of contracts, sign a lot of guys, spend a lot of money.
I guess Mansour Lane's contract probably hit a little bit too because of where he was drafted.
The draft picks,
two first-round draft picks do factor in because you're paying those guys a little bit more money, obviously, than second, third, fourth, and fifth-round draft picks.
And to your point, Dusty, I mean, you add the Ken Walker, then Alohi Gilman gets over $20 million. Kyrie's Tonga gets over $20 million.
There you go.
There's a few million to Snead. I mean, it starts to add up.
Yeah, it does real fast.
Oh, dang, I went to Costco. Oh, dang, I
exactly.
didn't.
Like when you're like, when you're a teenager and you have a bank account, right? You maybe lucky to have $350 in there or whatever, and you're like, how do I only have $50 left? And then your parents say, well, let's look at your spreadsheet and see where you spent your money. And you're like, okay, that makes sense now. Like you see the big number or low number, and then all of a sudden you put it all together. You're like, okay, so this is how budgeting happens, right? But what does it tell you that Denver is last on the list at $87 million? They got a lot of guys they got to pay soon?
Well, they got a lot of guys that are coming due, including your quarterback and probably a lot of others along that defensive line that are going to want checks real fast. I mean, that Denver window, now that you look at that kind of number, it tells you guys are going to have to get paid. That window is shrinking real fast out there in Denver. And so they're going to have to do it either this year or maybe next year. I don't know when they're going to have to pay Bo Nix, all that money, but that's not going to be, a distant future. That's going to be very quick. Or maybe you make a decision, Bo Nix isn't your guy if he has a bad year. I don't know how Denver's really thinking about him at that quarterback spot, but you've got to take advantage of those opportunities that you're in. The Chiefs did. Chiefs took advantage of the opportunity when they weren't paying Patrick Mahomes.
Because Nate Taylor was on with Carrington on Monday, I believe, and he was, asking about wide receivers, or maybe it was Cody and Gold, one of the other shows on the station. And they're like, why not go get Keenan Allen? Why not go get, Stephon Diggs, who was available at the time? And he was like, guys, I'm going to be honest with you, Chiefs have like
no
little
money.
They have zero money because they spend it all. So like this is what they have now is the team that you are going to see for the entirety of the season. Unless something happens weird and Tyreek Hill does end up becoming a Chief, that's still obviously in the air out there floating in the universe. But man, this is year 3 of Bo Nix. This is a big year for Bo Nix.
Huge
year.
They have a lot of talent on that defense, and it's like Bob said, do they put that into effect? Like Bo Nix has clout, man. He's been in the playoffs twice. He's been to an AFC Championship game. He has some clout. But he's also got Sean Payton, who will leave you in the dust if he finds something else that is a glimmer in his eye, because I think they do know what makes Denver successful is their defense. And they just need somebody on the offense that can manage the game. And if that's what Bo Nix is, that's what Denver's going to try to pay him. And Bo Nix is going to say, nah, man, I'm not a manager. I'm a winner. I went to this playoff spot. I went this way. Yeah, we got blown out by Buffalo, what we were supposed to. I got you to the playoffs. I've shown you that I can beat Kansas City. I don't know if that actually that's 100% a factor into your contract, especially in the AFC West. Can you beat the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Well, he did do that.
He has done that, yeah.
Whether we like it or not, whether we want to put the semantics into what the season was last year or not, and he did get to an AFC Championship game. Now, we talk about this year being huge for Bo Nix. With the way that he plays and his style that doesn't necessarily pop out to you like a Mahomes or an Allen or a Burrow or a Herbert or a Lamar, now you've got to go do it again, I think. If that's fair to say.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think Bo Nix is going to be one of those guys, no matter what he does, he's going to have to do more. I just feel like he's in that category. There's certain athletes that seemingly always fall into that category of no matter what they do, we continue to push the line, to say whether they're, one of the best. I feel like Bo Nix is going to fall into that category. Like, no matter what he does, everybody's going to go, it's still Bo Nix. He's got to do more. He's got to do more because nobody believed in him walking into the NFL. And so no matter what he accomplishes, there's people that have their minds made up that it's never going to be good enough because they didn't like him coming out.
Yeah, I think part of that's true. He's always going to have a little bit more to prove, but I also think some of it's merited where it's like, can you throw in the middle of the field? Why are you having to come back 31 points in the fourth quarter against the Giants? At some point, like the coming back stat, 9 out of 10 wins, you came back in one possession. Like, that's on you as a quarterback. Why are you down in all of these games for 3.5 quarters? That is your responsibility.
Well, that's all going to even itself out this year, just like we saw the Chiefs last year, right?
Exactly.
The Chiefs and Broncos are very carbon copies, The Broncos are essentially 1 year behind the Chiefs. They went 9-1 or whatever it was in those one-score games, just like the Chiefs did the prior year. We saw what happened when you didn't win those one-score games. You flipped it. You go 500 in those one-score games. The Chiefs are in the playoffs last year. Okay.
Yeah, and with Denver too, he's got the best defense.
Yeah.
At some point that like you're getting helped, but at some point it also hurts your case because you have that. Like,
but how
Mahomes
good is that
didn't
defense if he has to always come back from big deficits, though? Too,
I mean,
the Giants put up 30-some points on that defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go get the videotape of the Giants on that defense and watch it until the cows come home on Monday Night Football and see if you can do something to
and see what they
crack that defense. Maybe put this down in your notebook. As of August 7th, 2026, as of right now, do we think this defense or this offense is the better unit for the Kansas City Chiefs?
I'm going to go offense because of Reed and Mahomes, but I'm not confident in that. I think at the end of the season, we're going to be talking about a defense that people are looking at as a top 10 defense in the NFL.
Wow.
I think they're going to be that good. I believe that much in Spags. I believe that much in these young guys, Peter Woods especially, R. Mason Thomas. I think they're going to add so much to that defense.
Who's Thomas?
Ours.
There we go.
Yeah.
Huh.
Welcome to it, Mac.
Yeah.
He tried to call him Mason Thomas the other. Honest to God, didn't know who the hell he was talking about.
I have no idea who Mason Thomas is.
I don't know who this guy is. Does he play fall ball for?
I know who R. Mason Thomas is.
R. Mason, I know he's ours, but he said this is Mason Thomas guy.
We spent a lot of time on the Peter Woods quotes, which I'm for. But the Mansour Delane stuff, I mean, that frustration is mounting big time with the Chiefs fans, and I think it should be. I mean, this is a make it or break it type pick for Brett Veach. He has to. When I talk about young guys and rookies having to be good, he has to be great. Not only because he was the 6th overall pick and you traded up for him, because if you look at this defensive back room, it is thin, and he needs to be the starter across from Noah Williams, who Noah Williams I believe in and trust. Aside that, from the secondary, I like Alohi Gilman. I don't know what Shamari Connor is. I still don't. We're still going to play him at slot corner. That's not his position. He's a safety. I don't feel good about the defensive backs. I can trust more on the offense. I feel really good about the front 5. I know who K9 is, and we all know who 15 is. I don't know who he's throwing to, but I'll trust that more.
So maybe the question for you, Mac Daddy, is what do you have more belief in as of right now on August 7th? The wide receiver group or the corner and secondary, or the secondary group?
I'll go wide receivers.
Oh, see, I was going to go corners.
Really?
Yeah, because
Mouncer Delane doesn't even put on pads.
I know, but I got a wide receiver. I don't know every day if he's going to be available just to be a human being, you know. So.
When the season starts, he has been consistently, not a troublemaker.
Right, but I mean, his reputation does precede him, and you're right. If you can get to the season and all that kind of stuff, I mean, it's a big deal for Rashee Rice to be ready and healthy and set to go, because his career's on the line too. I mean, this guy has an opportunity this year to either make it or break it in the NFL. If he goes out there and behaves and has a 1,100-yard season, he's going to get paid in this league. He's got so much there in front of him. He's going to have a good season, or he's just an idiot.
Bob was in the garage last night. I'll prove it here on the other side on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Emmett Johnson, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Fanatics Sportsbook, they're America's fastest-growing sportsbook. And if you ever wonder why they're America's fastest-growing sportsbook, I've got the answer for you. It's FanCash. FanCash is the ultimate sports currency, and betting with Fanatics lets you stack FanCash. And you can get up to 10% FanCash back on your wagers, win or lose. Use your FanCash to unlock the world of Fanatics with unlimited profit boosts, exclusive merch, collectibles, game tickets, and so much more. And don't forget about Fan Cash Fridays right here on 96.5 The Fan. Every Friday, just be the 10th caller in our contest line to win $100 in Fan Cash. They're giving away millions in Fan Cash this year with games like Fan Cash Drop right in the Fanatics Sportsbook app. Tap in every Friday and see what the fuss is all about. Switch to a sportsbook that will always give you more to play with. Go check it out yourself and download the Fanatics Sportsbook app today. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 and over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. Offer not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Sportsbook app.
When it comes to my policy, Farmers gives it to me straight, so there's no surprises.
It's your coverage. You should never be confused.
You hear that? An insurance provider with a conscience.
We're a choir, but yes, we have that too.
Straightforward coverage you can literally understand. That's what you get when
you have Farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Learn more at farmers.com. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or Affiliate. Products not available in every state.
The last 3 days of our summer sale are here. Save from 30 to 50% on suits, sports coats, and sportswear at Peter's Clothiers. Find the look you want at the price you'll love. Visit Peter's Clothiers at 124th and State Line.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
The world's game at BetMGM is here. Bet on the soccer showdowns with 2-up early payout so that if you're up 2, BetMGM will pay you. That's right. Place a pre-game straight match results bet on any tournament game. If at any point your team is up by 2 goals, you'll instantly win your bet. Then enjoy BetMGM same-game parlays, daily promotions, player props, and so much more for the world's game. Don't miss your shot at an early win with 2-up early payout to get paid out if at any point your team is up by 2 goals. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. This promotional offer not available in Ontario, Pennsylvania, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. Available in the U.S. For New York, 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. New and existing customer offer, subject to eligibility requirements. Additional terms and restrictions may apply. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel, must be present in a state where it's legal to wager.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years guaranteed? Now through August 24th, new Xfinity customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. Plus, it keeps you protected from online threats. And get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Brought to you by Jay's Southland Tow Service. Be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow on the Missouri side, inbound I-29 from 435 into downtown, about 15 minutes. Checking 435, moving at posted speeds or better all around the metro. Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident, call Jay's Southland Tow Service, 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all, so be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Moving the earth. Mac, you think Bob was in the garage reading this from Polymarket Sports?
Hell yeah.
What a heck of a headline this is from Polymarket Sports. Just in, scientists propose moving Earth 20% further from the sun using particle beam powered by Jupiter to avoid being swallowed by the sun in 5 billion years. Man, that's deep.
5 billion years we're worried about something happening. Yeah. Don't we have anything else to worry about in this world? That we're going to move the Earth because in 5 billion years we may be too close to the sun?
Could you imagine that, like a public service announcement? All right, everybody stand up and move to the left.
What are we going to do here? Like, how are we going to do this? It seems very expensive to me as well to go out there and try to move the Earth.
My 401k is going to be shot in 5 years.
Seems like a lot of work for little reward. I don't care about my future generations. I really don't. I have to worry about my current generation. That's the way I am. I don't give a rip.
That's the way humans are. Because humans kind of suck.
I know we do, but I'm not going to. Nobody worried about me 10, 25, 30, 50 years ago, so I'm not about to worry about 5 billion years from now, moving the Earth to get away from the sun.
I think some people did. That's how we're here. I obviously there's some part of human civilization that cared about the people in front of them that they would never meet, know, or see because we're here.
Yeah,
that happened.
I'm just not there. I've got other things to worry about than 6 generations from now and moving the Earth to make sure that we're not near the sun. That's just kind of the way that I operate. Call me cold-hearted, whatever you want. I can't worry about future generations when it's hard enough to worry about what's going on today.
Yeah, I just don't think that 2 wrongs make a right. I think that for sure we should do that. I mean, I don't know, what it is we can do, and I'm sure there's little things, but I agree, Mac. I think there's things that have happened in the past for people in the future. I mean, whether it can be a minute or a massive thing, whether it's, like, hey, like, I have a lake house that I eventually want to pass down to my kids, so I'm going to take care of it so they can bring their family, and then their family can bring their family for generations to enjoy what I once enjoyed, and maybe they sell it. I don't know. But at least I know that I'm going to set them up for such things. Or maybe it's, hey, like now we've gone to, more efficient cars or more efficient things so that like in maybe not 5 billion years, I think that's a bit egregious to talk about that because who knows if we're even here.
Well, that's the other thing too, right?
As a human race. But like in 100 years from now, I'm not going to be here. But I hope that I have some sort of bloodline that is still here, and I don't want them walking around in a Dr. No suit with like breathing in, plastic bubble because they can't go outside and enjoy life. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I do look forward to helping that other people because like someone didn't open the door for me doesn't mean that I'm not going to open the door for somebody else because the guy that walked in before me shut the door and didn't leave it open. I'm going to be like, you know what? Here's what's wrong with us today. This guy is solo-minded, and there's still people behind him that aren't maybe solo-minded, and they don't realize that because all the focus is forward. That's just kind of where I'm at on that.
Yeah, I just watched Interstellar, too, so obviously, not for the first time, obviously, but part of that's there, too, where I'm like, yeah, these people were caring about, people that they were never going to meet. They were trying to save, generations that they would never have because they wanted the Earth to keep going, so they found a new planet, all that stuff. So part of that's on my mind as well. But, yeah, I mean, even just in my lifetime, it feels like the weather's changed. Feels like things are different than they were even when I was.
It definitely
7
has.
years old.
All the seasons are a month later now.
Right?
I've said that for the last 5 or 6 years. It's like I'm sitting outside on Christmas Day. It's 65 degrees. March rolls along and it's 20. Like there is definitely something there. But to invest this kind of like time for something that could be 5 billion years.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
crazy
to think about. It's unfathomable.
If this is like, Armageddon and we need to go up there and blast a meteor that's going to destroy the Earth in 5 minutes, that's a different story. We're talking about 5 billion years. There's nothing we can do between now and then to make things better for everybody else here currently. We're worried about that right now?
Well, yeah, I don't know if it would make things better for us currently or not, but I mean, we know the direction that it's headed. We know that we're getting closer to the sun. We know that's inevitable. If there's a way to fix that, I mean, hey.
And how do we do this too? Like I know they're going to use lasers. They're going to use lasers from Pluto or something or Jupiter. They said. I mean, but how? I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how and why and if this even happens. Or again, this could be garage talk from NASA as well. What do you think about moving the Earth? Okay, how are we going to do that? Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to use particle beams powered by Jupiter because in 5 billion years, this sucker's going to blow up because it's going to get too close to the sun. You got something there, Harold. Let's get these Jupiter lasers going right now and move the Earth.
And before that happens, we better get our fantasy draft and Maloney's done.
I mean, get your life in order because in 5 billion years we're going to be too close to the sun.
Could you imagine some guy just like with a joint in his hand, like, man, when that sucker gets close, we're screwed.
We're screwed, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what are we going to do? Lasers from Pluto.
Somebody does ask a groundbreaking question: is the Earth even 5 billion years old now?
That's interesting. Yeah,
depends on where you get your source.
Yeah. What does science say? Because that's where I go. Lasers.
We have sea bass. Sharks became endangered species, sir. So we have muted sea bass. Right. Better space movie: Armageddon or The Fifth Element?
I've never seen The Fifth Element, so I'll go Armageddon.
Yeah, same.
You guys should get together and watch Fifth Element.
Let's do it.
Bruce Willis, baby. And his prime. What's the guy's name that plays Commissioner Gordon?
So he's in both of those? Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, come on.
Bruce Willis is an astronaut.
He was like the man in the 90s, dude.
It's so sad what's happening with him, too.
Yeah, what did he get diagnosed with?
It's terrible.
I forget what it is, but it's just...
It's not
awful.
ALS, but he is like...
It's
like, maybe it's cancer.
No, it's not. It's something like ALS.
Whatever it is, it's like expediting his life very fast.
Fast, man. Yeah,
like even Demi Moore came back and was like, we were not together, we have not been together, but they had like a pretty weird, cordial... Not weird, but it was like a cordial divorce.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bruce Willis owned part of Planet Hollywood with Arnold.
Is that
Demi
still
Moore.
open? Planet Hollywood's nowhere to be found.
Well, there's
right?
the Planet Hollywood Casino in Vegas.
Yeah, there is that, but
I
there's
think
no
that's
more
the only
restaurants,
one.
right? Do Hard Rock restaurants even exist anymore?
I don't know, but Planet Hollywood better figure out how to get away from the sun because they're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bruce Willis, man, stud.
People say 4.5 billion years old. Obviously,
Okay.
that's just who knows.
So it's not.
So it's not even 5 billion
big,
years.
yeah.
We're worried about something that's going to happen in 5 billion years, and the Earth hasn't even been here 5 billion years.
Well, but it could be, again, we're already feeling effects of it, so it could be 100 million years before we feel the extreme effects, and we're all interstellar, and we're growing, okra and corn.
Where do you think you'll be in 100 million years? Do you think you'll be in your third or fourth reincarnation of life?
Hopefully, I'm up there with the Lord.
100 million years. How many titles has Mahomes won by then? Is Andy Reid still coaching?
Yes.
Is Cags able to hit against lefties?
Peter Woods is still figuring out how to get
Peter
into
Woods getting in and out of the huddle.
Pizza.
100 million years. How many titles does Patrick Mahomes win in the next 100 million years? Is football even a thing in 100 million years?
What do you think Spags thinks the number one food will be in 100 million years?
Now pizza.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's no question.
That's the best birthday gift I got today.
Now pizza.
Pizza will be around in 100 million years. Nothing else will be.
You won't need an oven. You just hold out your
Just
window.
hold it out. You'll be close enough to the sun. Be like that Back to the Future pizza, 2 seconds in the microwave. Here we
still
go.
waiting on that.
9-year-old Dusty, what do you want for your birthday dinner?
Now pizza.
Yeah, pizza's perfect.
What are Friday nights for?
Now pizza.
Hell yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so move the earth. Screw that. Invest money elsewhere.
Yeah, Bruce Willis has the frontotemporal dementia, the progressive dementia.
Yeah, so it's expedited to his.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
It's
sad.
terrible. Yeah,
There's nothing you can do.
No, there's nothing you can do about it, man. It's awful.
Thanks to the text line. Gary Oldman is who I'm thinking of. So Fifth Element has Gary Oldman, Chris Tucker, Bruce Willis.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah, he's Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, yeah. This guy's great.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Dude. Great actor. Underrated actor. He's like the Dire Straits of actors. People love Dire Straits when they hear him, but they don't ever think about saying Dire Straits is one of their best bands.
We'll talk about some actors later on. Robert Pattinson, man, and his Jordan run.
Okay. I think it might be Timothée doing that. But either way, we can talk about it. But coming up next, an announcement about Vern and the Royals today. Plus, if you could give a golden ticket for one gig to make the Hall of Fame, who would it be? Here on 96.5 The Plan. You're home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Noah
96.5
Williams,
The
and you're
Planet.
listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for the Chiefs, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Park and Go want to make your airport parking experience flat out awesome. And if you use Park and Go, they will. Because number one, all spots are covered at Park and Go, and you have the ability to keep your car protected from all of that weather, whether it's hail in the summer, snow in the winter, ice in the winter. It doesn't matter. Your car is always protected at Park and Go. And they make it easy to make your reservation. Just go to bookparkandgo.com. Immediately after you make your flight reservation, make that parking reservation. And you're going to prepay at bookparkandgo.com because you're going to get their lowest rate and save money as well. And so you're ready to rock and roll. You're ready to go. And then you show up on the day of your flight, give them that reservation number, and they'll direct you right to that covered parking spot that's reserved for you. And as soon as you're in that spot, the van meets you, and it's right to the airport terminal. And when you get back, just grab your bags, walk outside, and jump on the bus. It's waiting for you, and it's right back to the trunk of your car. So join their frequent parker program and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
By now, you've heard that Booth Creek Wagyu steaks and beef are the best tasting, most flavorful cuts you've ever had. And if you don't believe us, try it for free. Try Booth Creek Wagyu anytime at 95th and Knoll or 135th and Metcalf. Stop by our store and we'll prepare a free mouth-watering sample of your selected choice cut. Heart-healthy, low-cholesterol, authentic American, full-blooded Wagyu steaks and beef. We know you'll love it as much as we do. Crafted for exceptional beginnings. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution at boothcreekwagyu.com.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and you know baseball's back. BetMGM, the official partner of Major League Baseball, is bringing the high heat all season long. All season long, you can log into the BetMGM app and receive top-tier promos that put you in the batter's box and up the excitement for America's pastime. Step up to the plate all season with Swing for the Fences, the free-to-play game where every swing could score you rewards. We're talking parlay boost tokens, odds boost tokens, same-game parlay boosts, and even bonus spins all season long. And the action doesn't stop there. Get more out of every at-bat and every inning with MLB same-game parlay boost. Stack your picks and boost your potential payout. Plus, lock in bigger value with MLB odds boost tokens and MLB parlay boost tokens all season long. More boosts, more swings, more chances to win. Download the BetMGM app and step up to the plate today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLERS. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. Existing customer offers subject to eligibility requirements. Please gamble responsibly.
The burrito is fire.
Hi, this is Maya.
And I'm Antonio. And the little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A hash brown scrambled burrito
is that it fuels our morning.
It's the full package.
You have the chicken, you have the eggs, and then you add these hash browns for a nice little crunch.
The chicken's always nice. It's crispy, it's juicy. And the cheeses, they melt together in a beautiful way.
And it gives me energy. It's perfect.
Order the Chick-fil-A Hash Brown Scramble Burrito and Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
For 75 years, Kansas City families have trusted Anthony for comfort, safety, and dependable service. Thank you for trusting us with your house keys. Anthony, in your home for 75 years.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Brought to you by Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric on the Missouri side. Checking 49 northbound. No delays from Belton to 470. And 71 northbound moves well for the Grandview Triangle into downtown. Hot water is something you rely on every day for showers, dishes, laundry, and more. If your water heater is showing signs of age or struggling to keep up, now is the time to make the switch. At Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric, they've been helping Kansas City homeowners stay comfortable for 75 years with trusted service and expert installations. For a limited time, buy a water heater and get a water filter 50% off. Schedule your appointment today at anthonyphce.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
This is Michael Waka from the Kansas City Royals, and you're listening to 96.5 The Fan.
KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey Sports Station. This is Fescoe and Dusty.
I got Mahomes' balls in my hands.
On your home for Kansas City sports, 96.5 The Fan.
Oh yeah, football.
From potholes to pop-ups, we got it covered.
Hey!
Here's Bob Fescoe.
Take a bite out of my ass.
And Dusty Likens.
Big nuts. Rolling along on a Friday, 7 o'clock here in Kansas City. Bob Fescoe, Mac Maury, Dusty Likens all with you. And on Monday at 7:20, we're going to play you a special interview with Josh Vernier and Mr. Sherman of the Royals. Interesting to say the least. Not the best year for the Kansas City Royals.
Nope.
But getting a new location announced in a year where maybe the team isn't what you expect it to be. So it should be an interesting conversation with those two.
Yeah, I think it will be an interesting conversation. Hopefully we find out, what changes are going to come after this season. I mean, I'm not going to announce we're firing everybody, obviously, to Vern, but there's going to be changes after this season. What extent those changes are going to be is going to be very interesting to see, if it's just players or however they view it, because you can't bring back the crew when you're 20 games under 500 in August. I don't care how many people you like and whatnot. You've got to find a way to move on. And, Mac had said to me yesterday, he said, they're going to have to make a hard trade. I go, yeah, they are. I mean, the hardest trade, obviously, is Bobby, and that makes the most sense. That's going to bring you the most back in return. They're not going to do something like that at this point in time. In 2 years, maybe, if they're still 20 games under 500, then it's a serious conversation that you have to have. But, I mean, changes with players, I don't know if that's going to be enough to move the fans. I don't know if that's going to be enough to get the fans excited if you trade Vinny Pasquantino this offseason or somebody like that,
Yeah, I know that there is one thing to be said that we have a rivalry between a Twins pitcher and Jack Caglione. I don't know if you saw what that man said to that Twins pitcher last night. He was being kind of a ridiculous on the mound. I was watching that last night as Bailey Ober was like taking long, like, and then called time, and then Jack got in the box and he was still waiting. So then Caglione called time, and then Bailey Ober took a while to pitch it.
Oh, geez.
And then you can see it on X if you type in Jack Caglione or whatever. He gets to first after hitting a 2-run single and had a nice choice of words for Mr. Bailey Ober. But that's what we're watching now, little things. But the question that is here, if you could give a golden ticket for one guy to make the Hall of Fame, who would it be?
I thought it was a fun discussion last night on Football Night in America with Tomlin and the guys going around and talking about who they would give that golden ticket to. And for me, it's fairly easy. There's one name that belongs in the Hall of Fame, and it's Priest Holmes. And if Priest Holmes isn't in the Hall of Fame, what are we doing here? Because his career numbers and everything that he's done is very similar to what we saw out of Gale Sayers and out of Terrell Davis, who are both in the Hall of Fame. And everybody keeps coming back to me and go, yeah, Priest didn't have the playoff success. And I go, well, people forget he did win a Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens, right? And so the number one argument against Priest Holmes is, for a lot of people, lack of playoff success. Well, he is a Super Bowl champion. Yeah, he didn't have the playoff success here in Kansas City, but I don't think that's a reason why you keep Priest Holmes out of the Hall of Fame, but it seemingly is what they're doing right now because his numbers, his career is on par with Gale Sayers and on par with Terrell Davis, both guys who did not play a long period of time in the NFL. And so if I had a golden ticket, I would give it to Priest Holmes to be in the Hall of Fame.
It's a good one.
Was Priest Holmes, was he All-Pro a couple times?
Oh, I'm sure of it. I mean, he led the NFL in rushing in 2001, Offensive Player of the Year, first team All-Pro in 2002, and then in 2003 set the NFL season record with 27 rushing touchdowns while having, 2,100 scrimmage yards that year as well. His 3-year period is as good as anybody's in the NFL. Had the Chiefs won a Super Bowl in that 3-year window, he would have been in the Hall of Fame. But he's already got that Super Bowl championship. And again, I just don't think Super Bowl championships for other than coaches and quarterbacks, we can't use that for every single position group now in the NFL. How many Super Bowls did he win? I don't know. What's it matter?
Yeah, I mean, look, I hate the Denver Broncos with everything that I bleed, right? But Terrell Davis well deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. He won the MVP of the league, plus he won Super Bowl MVP. So if we have to have, a conversation of why Terrell over Priest, well, 1998, he was the MVP of the league, ran for 2,000
yards. And he had 2,000 yards rushing.
So that's massive. And then he won Super Bowl. Yeah, he won two Super Bowls, but he was the Super Bowl MVP in one of those games with John Elway, the quarterback. So, again, an award that we see quarterbacks win all the time in the regular season. He's one of the few running backs that have done it. And then an award that we see quarterbacks majority of the time win in the Super Bowl, he won that as well. Yes, Dusty knows that Ken Walker won the MVP last year. But you would seemingly say the years all before that, it's quarterback. But yeah, I mean, like Terrell Davis is, but 3 years, 4 years, and it was over.
Terrell Davis played 78 games in the NFL. That's it.
But that's what he did in 78
I know,
games.
but Priest Holmes had 113 games in the NFL. So, I mean, almost, close to, 2/3 as many more games as Terrell Davis had. He had more rushing yards, more scrimmage yards, 30 more total touchdowns Priest Holmes had than Terrell Davis. 30 more total touchdowns. More scrimmage yards in that peak 3-year period that everybody talks about with Priest Holmes and, Terrell Davis. In the peak 3-year stretch, Priest Holmes had 6,633 scrimmage yards and 61 touchdowns. In the peak 3-year stretch for Terrell Davis, 6,200 scrimmage yards, 49 touchdowns. Gale Sayers in his 3-year peak, 5,400 scrimmage yards and 38 touchdowns. 3-time All-Pro for Terrell Davis, 3-time All-Pro for Priest Holmes. Offensive Player of the Year and a rushing title. Yeah, he won the NFL MVP and the Super Bowl MVP. I get that. Man, Priest Holmes' numbers were spectacular during his 3-year of dominance versus those other two guys that are already in the Hall of Fame. It's time for Priest to get in.
Mac, who's your guy?
Yeah, I like the Priest take for sure. Part of what you have to look at is attempts too. Terrell Davis, 392 carries to get to 2,000 yards, which is absurd.
How many?
392 carries. Priest Holmes over 300 carries 3 different times in that 3-year stretch you're talking about. My pick, Jamal Charles. Most carries he ever had was 285. He still got to 1,500 yards rushing. He's got, look at this.
Is Jamal eligible yet?
It's 2018. How long does it take?
5 years.
So yeah.
So he's eligible.
So he is eligible.
He's been retired that long.
I know, it's crazy.
Good Lord.
It's crazy. And that last year, 2018, it was Jacksonville. I don't know if you guys remember that. He had 6 carries for 7 yards, played 2 games, and it was over.
Yeah. What year was that?
2018.
Okay, so 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, he's more than eligible.
Well, then he went and played for Denver for a year, and they screwed him out of money in the last game of the year. They owed him $1.5 million if he got like 8 yards.
Yeah,
you're inactive. And that's even more why reason I hate the Denver Broncos. Enough. I know a lot of teams do that. But Denver.
A lot of teams don't though.
Do that. Denver did it to our guy.
Yeah. And
like,
that was probably a little,
It's like when the Chiefs are really good, right? And Travis Kelce needs 5 more catches. Like, hey, big dog,
we're going to get
sit this one out. I got a check for you at your house waiting for you.
That's
Good
right.
job.
Yeah, a lot of teams will do that.
Dude.
Yeah. I mean, screw you, Broncos. Like that. That's a cheapskate move right there.
Almost 400 less carries for Jamal Charles than Priest Holmes, about 500 less yards. Yeah. So if you give him Jamal Charles those carries, I mean, he beats him far and away.
Both belong in the Hall of Fame.
100%. Yeah.
Does Jamal Charles still have the
5
italics around the 5.2 yards per carry?
Is he still the leader in that?
If it's,
I believe he's one of the 3 guys I believe in history to have over 5 yards a carry, yards per attempt. 5. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 5.2. And I think the other 2, it's I know Brown is one of them.
Yeah, I don't know who the third guy is.
I can't remember the other one.
Is it Chris Johnson?
I don't think so. And that actually was another guy. I think that's an honorable mention. I don't think he's Hall of Fame, but man, that 2,000-yard season. And he also, I think it was 6 years in a row, had over 1,000 yards rushing.
And he has ALS now, right? And so we're starting to realize, I didn't realize how good he was until the ALS conversation really started.
CJ2K, baby.
Yeah, but you forget. I mean, it happened, your short-term memory just dissipates after a while. You don't remember all of these things because so much happens, And so you just move on to the next and on to the next and on to the next. And we're on to 2020. I forgot. I really did forget how good he was as a running back. So,
is Jamal Lewis in the Hall of Fame?
I'd have to look at that. I don't know.
I don't know anything about him, to say.
I know he had a
he's a Hall of
2000.
He had a 2000 year.
Yep, he did.
I mean, that's why they moved on from Priest, because they had Jamal Lewis. Just kind of like Texas had Ricky Williams and they had Priest Holmes when he got hurt. So,
and it's kind of crazy. Look at Jamal Lewis. His last season only played in 9 games, 500 yards. One other season, 900 yards. Every other season, 4, 7, 8 other seasons of 1,000 yards at least.
Beast.
I mean, he's a beast.
Not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, not in the Hall of Fame.
How hard is it to get in as a run? Like the Pro Football Hall of Fame is very hard to get
like
into.
Derrick Henry's in, right?
Yeah, he should be.
Well, he should be in, but we're going through all these names of guys that aren't in. Like it's very difficult, as it should be to get
shocked
in.
Jamal Lewis is not in the Hall of Fame. I'm absolutely shocked.
See what happens is, and this would be a good conversation to have with Vahe because he's one of the Hall of Fame voters.
Yeah.
Because I've talked to him about getting Neil Smith into the Hall of Fame because Neil Smith should be in the Hall of Fame too. I mean, you look at the numbers that Neil Smith has put up, and I've talked to Vahe about it. I said, what do we have to do? He goes, there's so many guys that are ahead of guys too when you go into the Hall of Fame voting process. And what happens, at least before COVID, because I had some friends that were Hall of Fame voters in the past. My friend Howard Balzer used to sit in on these committees. He's been covering the NFL and voting now 50 years he's been doing this. And he wrote an article about his 50 years of covering the NFL yesterday, and I was reading it, and I remember him having these conversations with me. They would sit in these boardrooms, 32 guys, one from each city, and they would talk about all the candidates. And if you had a guy from Kansas City that's up for, you had to be the guy that talked and presented the case. And so when a chief comes up for conversation, it's Vahe's job now to present the case of why that guy should or should not be in. They present the case, everybody debates. I mean, it's an arduous process, man. Like, it's a 3-meal deal. Like, they're bringing in lunch, breakfast, dinner, all that kind of stuff.
Which I like.
And these guys, it's very much like picking the Pope. These guys do not leave until they have that white smoke go up and everybody agrees on it. And I do like it. It makes it it makes it better, I think, that way.
It should be prestigious.
It should be. But that's why it takes so long for some of these guys that we say, oh, that guy should be in, that guy should be in. Because, you have these automatic guys, and then you have a list of guys that keep getting votes that it's this guy's turn now, which I don't agree with necessarily, but I also understand it. Like, if you're a Hall of Famer, you're a Hall of Famer. It should be your turn to be a Hall of Famer.
Imagine the Pope meeting. All right, here's my take, guys. What if his main language is English?
Yeah.
I'm in. How many guys are like, no, absolutely not. All right, we're going to be here a while.
Yeah, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Pope thing takes, how long does that take? That takes weeks at times to do this. At least with the pro football voting, it's a day. Maybe they come back the next day and kind of, ratchet things up. And I think they may do some of it now on Zoom, which would be even worse, being on a Zoom call for that long. But I love the fact that they all get together and they make these cases and they talk about it and they take it so very seriously, and it happens during the Super Bowl week. And, it's a big deal. So they get it right. There's some outliers that you probably want in that your favorite players, like we just made the case for. But I think for all intents and purposes, they usually get it pretty right in pro football.
And to your point, Dusty, on Derrick Henry, he's 10th all-time in all-time rushing yards.
And all 9 above him are in?
I would imagine, yeah. Dickerson, Bettis, LT, Curtis Martin, Adrian Peterson, Sanders, Frank Gore, Walter Payton, Emmitt Smith. Yeah, all those guys will be in.
Is Adrian in yet?
Not yet.
Not yet, but he will be in. And he didn't retire until 2021, so this would be his
This is his fifth year.
Yeah, this would be his fifth
So
year.
the Hall of Fame game will be in Minnesota next year.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry, a 2,000-yard rushing year, 1,900-yard rushing year, and 3 1,500-yard rushing
right.
years. He's
a Hall
including
of
last
Famer.
year at 33.
Yeah, exactly.
Derrick Henry's one of those, you don't need to make the case for Derrick Henry to be in the Hall of Fame. Like, if I'm the Tennessee guy, whoever that is, I just stand up and I go,
yeah, he'll probably be top 5 by when it's all said and done.
Derrick Henry was in the Hall of Fame the minute we saw his high school tapes.
He was in the Hall of Fame the minute I saw him walking around the streets of Miami Beach during the Super Bowl when the Chiefs were down there with no shirt on, and I almost went, oh, my God. I mean, it was crazy.
You're standing on my ball. Oh, my God. I did ask Fahe, too, about those meetings one time, and I was like, when you're in there that long, like, do you guys eat anything?
Now, pizza.
All right, coming up next. I can't stop. Coming up next, who's got the most approved? Plus, Mac Morey and the band back together doing one word here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Peter Woods, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football on 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control want your lawn to look awesome, right? And they're saying, you got to call us, because if we can take Fescoe's yard and make it look fantastic, we can do anything. And they can do anything because they do unbelievable work. And if they can turn our yard around, they can do the same for you. It's important to have Aspen Lawn and Pest Control to keep that yard looking awesome because for 10, 12 years, we could not figure it out. And so we finally said, hey, Aspen, can you come here and figure this thing out for us? And they're like, yeah, we got this. And now our yard is awesome. It's perfect. We sit outside every single day, and we can do that with the mosquito dome being put up. It keeps the mosquitoes, the fleas, the ticks, all of that stuff out of the yard all spring and summer long. And then it's able to be a safe place for our dog to run around. And it's a safe place for us to sit outside as well. So you need that mosquito dome, and you need Aspen to take care of your yard as well. They're going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So don't wait. Visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
DQ presents the Blizzard Double Flip Deal. For a limited time, when you buy one Blizzard treat, you get a second for just 99 cents. That's 2 Blizzards, 2 spoons, 2 flavors, and 2 flips. So don't miss out on the Blizzard Double Flip Deal, available only for a limited time and happening now at DQ. Because the only thing better than a Blizzard treat is a second Blizzard treat for just 99 cents. It's a deal to flip for. The Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Participation may vary.
Lawman, Jungle Law,
Hey, it's the Lawman giving you a couple updates. Just settled a case for $1.175 million on a commercial vehicle accident, $750,000 on a motorcycle accident, $557,500 on a premise liability case. Call the Lawman. If you've been charged with a felony DWI, call the Lawman. You only got a short window to get the admin filed in Missouri and in Kansas. Call me now.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It shouldn't be based solely on advertisements.
Hey, Kansas City, it's Johnny Dare. Everyone shopping New Century Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Paola have been saving an unbelievable amount of money on brand new trucks, Jeeps, and SUVs that have slight cosmetic damage from the spring hailstorm. New Century has a wide variety of these vehicles left that are priced to sell. Save thousands and still receive all the factory incentives. Go see my friends at New Century Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram while these deals last. Remember, you'll always pay less in Paola.
See dealer for details.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more await you at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
The best time to recommit to your gut health goals? Right now. Take charge of your gut with Nature Made. Our clinically studied ingredients support digestive health. Digestive enzymes break down nutrients. Probiotic and prebiotic fiber nourish good gut bacteria. And super greens with probiotics empower daily digestive health. Try the full lineup of gut health support from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is George Karloftis, and you're listening to your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Life's better in a Ford. This update brought to you by Shawnee Mission Ford, Missouri side, 35 southbound from 152 into downtown, 12 minutes. Kansas side, 35 northbound, trip from Olathe into downtown, still 20 minutes. Whether you're headed across town or across Kansas City, enjoy the drive. This traffic report brought to you by Shawnee Mission Ford. Visit ShawneeMissionFord.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
It is a semi-charmed kind of life on a Friday. Happy to be with you guys for the first time in over 2 weeks, 15 days, as Bob had said. Mac back from Hawaii. I'm back from the golf course, and Bob is still holding down the fort here with us on 96.5 The Fan. Can I have this conversation? Did he say 96.5 The Fan? You listeners heard it. We know you were locked in on our last segment. It happened right before he went to break. I could have sworn he said sex. Because I like that. Especially earlier in the morning. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan. You're home for Tuesdays. But we talked a little bit earlier about the defense and Spags on Peter Woods and Mansour Delane. And now you have Rashee Rice out here saying he has something to prove in 2026. Boy, does he. Off the field, on the field, a lot of trust that he has to prove. If he has a great year, good chance he's going to see what Zay Flowers got. You say, Dusty's not going to get Zay Flowers money. Zay Flowers got Zay Flowers money. I'll just say that out loud. Zay Flowers got that money. Mm-hmm. What's his name? Christian Watson up there in Green Bay?
Yeah, dude.
That man got some money. And you have, we were just talking about golden tickets. By the way, my answer would have been Barry Bonds. If you have Patrick Mahomes it's okay to ride. There are times it's okay to ride coattails. 100%. It's okay to sometimes do that. You have Mahomes. You play a position that he needs. He plays a position that makes you rich if you can just do it. So Rashee Rice does have a lot to prove. I don't know who you guys have. I'm not going with Rashee Rice. I'm going somewhere else. But Bob Mack, who is somebody that you think has the most to prove?
Well, I think there's a list of guys on this team that has a lot to prove. Now, to me, who has the most to prove? Nobody really. Maybe it is Rice. Maybe it is Walker. But I also look at other guys like Josh Simmons. I think probably has a lot to prove this year for a lot of people. Right? Not for me, but for a lot of people out there, has got a lot to prove. Patrick Mahomes had a lot to prove at least a week ago. I think he's probably proven all that he needs to prove right now, right?
Yeah.
But he still has stuff that he needs to prove out there. Kenneth Walker, you signed this contract. He's got a lot to prove. Can he do it being the number one guy? I think Nick Bolton's got a lot to prove this year, too. You're paying this linebacker a lot of money, right? It's time for him to step it up and be that player. So those are a couple of guys that I have on my list with a kind of a lot to prove. I think Worthy could be potentially on that list as well of guys that have a lot to prove this year. So I don't think it's just one. I think it's a number of guys that, for different reasons and for different segments of the population, have a lot to prove.
I'll go next because I think it'll segue perfectly into Max. Mine's Andy.
Yep. It's a great one.
Andy's got a lot to prove. And this goes to maybe more so the nerds that watch this game, or, the people that look past just 3 Super Bowls and, having the offense has not been what we should expect. It has been the last 3 years. You went and got a running back. You joked with, was it Nate Taylor? He said, we're going to run basically every play. Okay, do it. Let's see what the offense looks like now, because Mahomes has never had a 1,000-yard rusher. Yeah, he needs receivers to go out there and be, compatible and be able to play the position and give him better options. But man, like when he doesn't have a running back that can threaten 1,000 yards, I mean, I know not a lot of guys run for 1,000 yards anymore, but at 10 to 12 do. 12 to 15 guys do. That's half the league. The other half of the league is not where you want to be ever. Ever. You don't want to be considered, well, the bottom half of the league, they had an 850-yard rusher. How is their quarterback's numbers? Not great. So I would love to see what a awoken Andy Reid looks like after going 6-11, knowing that he's had, issues in the past in Philadelphia where, he didn't change. And I'm not saying that that's where this is headed, but it could be. And I think that if Andy Reid can revamp this offense and incorporate Ken Walker into this offense, and yes, now that he might have his left tackle, most approved to me this year is Andy, because he's going to have to completely revamp that offense, and I think they are going to. But I would like to see what that looks like now with a guy like Ken Walker back there.
Yeah, I love that one. When was the last time this offense was actually fun to watch? It's been years. Forget winning and the results. Those things matter more, I know. But when was the last time this offense was fun on the cutting edge of the NFL? It's been a while. Andy Reid defined a lot of eras. Now he's got to copy. He's got to go look at what other people are doing and say, okay, I'm actually going to copy that. And part of that's running under center and doing those sorts of things. And that leads perfectly, like you said, into it. Ken Walker should be on this list right beneath Andy Reid and Rashee Rice, because he's never been the guy. I know he was for 6 weeks in Seattle, and that worked out. You also had the best defense in the NFL. You had the best wide receiver, and you had a whole good group of offensive linemen right in front of you. You are the one guy we can trust right now on offense as far as skill positions are concerned. I know I'll add Travis Kelce in there as well, but he's 36, 37 years old. Rashee Rice, we just talked about it. We can't trust him for 17 games. Xavier Worthy, there's question marks. Cyrus Allen's a 5th-round pick. Ken Walker is the bell cow. He's Mahomes' number one option, whether it's running and whether it's just, hey, we need someone quick in the flats, whatever it may be. They need him to show up. This offense kind of goes or stops with K9 at this point.
Yeah, it has to. And I think it's more important for him to be a 1,000-yard rusher than to have a 1,000-yard wide receiver on this team right now, because I think if he has 1,000 yards rushing, the offense will take care of itself. And you may not see the gaudy numbers that people expect when they're fantasy football owners, but if you have Rashee Rice as, a 900-yard receiver, you've got Worthy as a 600-yard receiver, you got Kelce with his 600 to 700 yards, and you've got Ken Walker over 1,000 yards rushing on the season, that's going to set itself up for a very good offense. And so that's why I do believe that Ken Walker and his numbers are more important than anybody else's numbers on there, because if he's not getting numbers, then this offense just won't work this year.
Real quick, we've gotten multiple texts. Apparently, I missed one.
Watson, yes! That's fair.
There you go.
Some people on the text channel say Xavier Worthy is their guy that has the most to prove.
That's fair.
Can he stay healthy?
3rd year. Yeah, and who is he?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Like who is he as a wide receiver? What does he do well?
Because I think I asked Bob and JT, like, do you think there's a wide receiver 2 battle in camp right now? 2, not 3, wide receiver 2 battle.
I just don't know who he'd be battling with right now.
Cyrus Allen.
Yeah, 5th round draft pick, though. I don't think that's necessarily it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't
be a battle, right?
Be.
But it definitely should not be. I mean, a guy that has 3 years of experience should not be in a battle that was a 1st round draft pick with a guy that's picked in the 5th round.
No, that's really bad news.
Which, I love to do this. So is that more impressive on Cyrus Allen or more depressing on Xavier Worthy's side if that is a conversation that is a battle for the number 2 spot?
I'll go impressive with Cyrus Allen because, I mean, from all reports, Xavier Worthy's looked good in camp. He looks like he is taking a step. Cyrus Allen may just be the Stephon Diggs, as we've seen reports that Chiefs camp a 5th round pick, Puka Nacua a 5th round pick. Maybe they did find their diamond in the rough, and he is that guy, which they need Brett Veach to hit on something like that for this team to do what they want to do. So, yeah, I'll go Cyrus Allen more impressive. But Albert Breer did have a piece about when he was over at Chiefs camp, and he said in his time that he was there, he was the most impressive wide receiver. Among
Cyrus Allen?
Cyrus Allen. Among Rice, Worthy, and Allen, he was the most impressive.
Well, I mean, Worthy practicing at that point? Was Rice practicing at that point in time? I don't know if they were. But yeah, no, Cyrus, look, he's done some impressive things, but as you said yesterday, we should not be hung up on a 5th round wide receiver at all. Like, those are the guys you're not really supposed to even discuss at camp because they're not supposed to be a factor. You're a special teams guy. We'll see you over there. October, maybe you make a play and you cause a fumble.
Yeah, it's a bonus.
Something like that happens. Oh, okay, he's playing some good football. Maybe we can start to work him into the offense. But you're right. We're celebrating this guy as a 5th round wide receiver because we really don't have much else at that position right now. And so somebody did something good, and you're like, ooh, you're glamming onto that guy because he did something that you like and something that was awesome and something that was fun for a couple of days. But there's no reason that guy should be in the conversation with Xavier Worthy as who's going to win that number 2, wide receiver spot, because that's not a good look for Xavier Worthy. It's not a good look for the coaching staff. It's not a good look for Brett Veach. It's not a good look for anybody if you have your 1st round talent being beat out by a 5th round rookie wide receiver.
Is Rashee Rice a wide receiver 1?
A low end.
Is he like a 1.5?
He's like a 1B. Yeah, I think Rashee Rice is a really good football player.
Is he in there with like Terry McLaurin?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good little category for him to be in. Yeah.
Is he better than Devonta Smith?
Zay
Flowers?
I would have him above Zay Flowers. Devontae Smith's really good. Devontae Smith's a 1B too.
Is he better than Jalen Waddle?
Yes.
Okay.
I think
we're going to know too much about Rashee Rice at the end of the season, right? We're going to know everything we need to know about this guy at the end of the year. Because I don't think we do know. I don't know the answers to these questions. I honestly don't. There's not enough of a body of work to tell me how good this guy is.
Outside of half of a rookie year.
Yeah. I mean, that's it.
Which was really good.
Which was really good.
Awesome.
To be that young, that good, that quickly.
And you've
to be a better route runner.
You've seen that, but are we going to see that again? I don't know. He's got a lot to prove, man.
One word.
First name is blank, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor.
You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin.
Better believe it, it's one word with the band back together for the first time in 15 days. That band is Mac, Bob, and myself.
Man, that's a really good threesome.
Bet your ass. One word today brought to you by the Sand Trap. Great spot. Delicious food, cold drinks, TVs, everywhere to watch all your favorite sports teams. Now that football is back, get out there. It's located at the northeast corner of Blue Ridge and Holmes in South KC. Today at the Sand Trap, on a Friday, the KC Dilla, baby. You know what I mean? KC Dilla. Your choice of chicken or beef, grilled peppers, red onion, shredded cheese on a toasted flour tortilla, served with sour cream and salsa. It's $13. Or if you're feeling a little proud of yourself, or you're like me, it's your birthday today, go spend $16 on a 10-ounce steak, baked potato, and green beans. They also offer $7 vodka Red Bulls and $2 off glasses of wine. Also, don't forget, the Sand Trap, Maloney's, and the Landing are all available for you to host your fantasy football draft party. And no matter what night you do it, if they have the special like you did it on a Friday at the Sand Trap, $16 10-ounce steak right there for you. $13 KC Dilla for you and anybody else wants to eat at those locations. Again, today it's Friday. It's one word, and it's brought to you by the Sand Trap.
Yep. Heck yeah. We love the Sand Trap. We love Dusty. Happy birthday as well.
Thank you, sir. 39.
39.
I was trying to think of who the greatest 39 in sports was.
Terrible number.
What was Darryl Strawberry? 38?
No, he was 16. No, the good one was 16. Darryl was 18 with the Mets. I think.
I was going to say 39. Couldn't think of it.
Because it's just a bad-looking number, too.
Right.
Larry Zonka?
Larry Zonka?
The Zonka?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's the first one that came up.
Larry Sanka? Yeah, he
who the hell is
the
Bill
decaf.
Walsh?
Yeah.
Or who was it? JT was here. He goes,
Marv
He
Levy.
goes, who's Marv Levy? Because he turned
I've
101,
had some bad ones.
dude.
I've had some bad ones, man. We all do it.
Who the hell's
Schefter.
Brett Favre?
Schefter said the Chiefs, Dolphins, and Raiders reached out to Stephon Diggs. Obviously, he signed yesterday. He's going to the Commanders. One word on the Chiefs reaching out to Diggs.
Normal. You should be reaching out to everybody, see what it's going to take. What are you doing? How's your mindset? That's the job. That's what you should be doing, figuring it out, especially at a position that obviously people believe is a need, for this organization. So, yeah, you should be involved in the conversations. It's doing your normal due diligence. All those teams reached out, and then he signed with somebody else. Right?
Yeah. Smart. I mean, we see this receiver room, right? I don't know if they can all stay healthy for the entire year. Chances would say no. It's already off to a rocky start. But smart. Why not? No money, though. But, hey, man, you want to come play for free?
Bonus question. One wide receiver, the Raiders, one of those teams that reached out. Can you name, and this is not a gotcha, this is just how bad it is, can you name one wide receiver that plays for the Las Vegas Raiders?
No. Devontae Adams.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Is Booty still in New Orleans?
No, Kayshon Boutte right now still with the Patriots, and
the Patriots, yeah.
People are shopping him.
He's been shopped for everybody. I wouldn't mind taking a flyer on him.
Would love some Boutte.
Yeah, what is he, a second-round pick that is just, or maybe a late first-round pick?
Yeah, he might be. He's right around there.
He's late first, early second-round pick. I want to say he was a 25th pick overall.
He's a good 2-3.
Yeah,
he's good.
But you got to give up stuff again. And, I think they value their picks at this point in time with the quarterback getting, $17 billion now.
Trey Tucker's the one guy that I could have named.
I was going to say Jack Beck was the guy that was
Jack Beck, there you go. Yeah, Jalen Naylor, Malik Benson. I mean, my gosh, that is a rough room over there.
And don't forget Tyquan's brother, Dante Thornton Jr.
Dante Thornton, who's like 6'5". Yes, I really do like his archetype. He's their Jeff Caldwell.
Jack Beck, Malik Benson, Jalen Naylor.
I mean,
that might be the greatest team in the NFL.
I don't know.
Jalen Naylor.
I don't know any of those guys. So, yeah. So, if you're Tyreek Hill, maybe that's where you want to go.
Oh, him and silver and black would actually be perfect. He fits that.
He does.
He does fit that. Todd Monken, man.
But he may play for nothing just to come back to Kansas City.
Oh, of course. Yes, he's desperate. His best bet is to sit out this whole season, in my opinion. Todd Monken, man, he had a speech that made me, I don't know, got me going a little bit. Head coach for the Cleveland Browns. Here he is.
Someone mentioned something to me, something about being crazy. You bet your okay? You bet your, we ought to be crazy. Crazy about winning. That's what we ought to be crazy about, right? About how we play, how every single day we bring. We ought to be. I'd rather be fucking crazy and out of my mind fighting to win and leave it out here, and somehow medical people got to come out and resuscitate. They're going to fight my off to win, and just everything's okay. It's okay to be casual. It's okay to get out and then be a fucking loser. That ain't me, and that's not going to be us.
How about that one
Where
word
did
from
he say?
Monken?
Bite my what off? Is that what I'm thinking?
I don't know.
Okay.
Can we play that without the music in the background?
I know. I wish I could probably find the music.
I'd like to have it without the music. Straws, because you're grasping at him, man. You're the head coach of Cleveland. I wouldn't bet him to be along for the world. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that. I don't think he sees year 3. I think that guy burns himself out fast.
Does he see year 2? This is year 1.
I don't know that he sees year 2. I didn't say year 2 for a reason, because I think eventually you're Cleveland. You got to give somebody an opportunity. But this feels like a guy who's he's gonna drive himself nuts and crazy doing all this kind of stuff, man. He's too high right now. He's got to find a middle ground. Be calm like Andy.
Yeah, I mean, that's better than, what was it, Harbaugh, where he sounded like Joe Biden? That was a better, pump-up speach for me.
Giants.
Yeah, we're going to be really good Giants, and we're going to have a great year. And Jackson Dart and Scatterbrain. Scatterbrain. But I don't know. I mean, I've never been a rah-rah guy. Is that a bad take?
It's fair. People have different emotional. Motivational tactics. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'd rather have somebody like Roger Doran come up to me, like he comes up to Ricky Vaughn and goes, hey, man, I got one thing to say to you. Strike this mother effer out. Okay, thank you. I don't need, today we fight. Unless it's Jameis Winston. Now that.
Well, yeah, it's like that thing sometimes. Your dad is scarier when he's not yelling, right?
Yeah.
It's a little more serious
Or
there.
like when you're like a pitcher in, like, Little League and the coach walks by, he goes, you know what to do.
I just never been a responder to yellers.
No.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I don't think people are like my father's generation. That was they responded to people yelling at them. Like, those guys got brutalized on the football field in high school. Bosses would yell at them. I mean, you've seen Mad Men and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So they were used to. We're not used to that kind of stuff anymore. And so when you have old school coach coming in and screaming like that, I don't know that resonates with today's player and today's person, for that matter. That guy's like older, and then you've got 20-some-year-olds that are supposed, like, you got to connect. You've got to connect. It was like Ned, when he came into Kansas City, he goes, look, I don't like these guys wearing jeans on the plane. He goes, but I'm one guy. It's easier for me to adjust to them than it is for me to have 25 guys adjust to me. So I'm going to adjust to what they want because it's better that way. And so I listen to that coach yell, and I think about Ned adjusting, and you've got to find a way to relate to your players and get the most out of them. And if screaming and yelling is what you do, I just don't think that works in today's football or in today's world, for that matter.
Kawhi Leonard reportedly had a hidden multi-million-dollar sponsorship with the Clippers scoreboard. That is a latest bombshell from Pablo Torre, one word.
Smart. We talked about it all the time for years. Josh is like, why doesn't Arthur Blank just give every guy a Home Depot instead of cash and circumvent the salary cap? Somebody actually did it. I love it. Hey, we're going to try anything we can so we don't have to put this on the books, man.
My one word would be again, right?
Yeah,
like we had the tree planting business. Yep. Now we have this, and Kawhi is just back there minding his own business.
Outside
Ballmer
US soil.
Ballmer had to spend no money to get him.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Crazy.
All right, we're going to give you an endorsement with this. We're going to plant some trees. It's creative. Very creative.
And we'll talk Missouri being a national champion later on in the show.
Don't tempt me with a good time on my birthday, man. Tell you what. Coming up next, who is in their Mahomes or Jordan era when it comes to Hollywood? We can have a fun discussion next here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Josh Simmons, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, just like everybody else, we're all struggling right now when it comes to those finances, right? You got some high-interest credit card balances that you're trying to pay off, higher grocery bills, everyday expenses just keep you up at night. I know they do. For us, we talk about it all the time. And maybe you're paying your bills every month, but you still cannot seem to get ahead. You make those minimum payments, but because of high interest, the balances barely move or they just keep growing. You may have built equity in your home that could help. A simple refinance from Golden Oak Lending may allow you to use that equity to consolidate high-interest credit cards and other bills into one manageable monthly payment, which gives you the much-needed breathing room that you've been looking for. I'm going to ask you to take the free mortgage checkup with my friends over at Golden Oak Lending. It will be the best call that you make. You do all the talking. You tell them where you are in your financial life and where you want to go, and then they get to work. So start with that free mortgage checkup, and Golden Oak Lending can help you. 913-890-GOLD. That's 913-890-GOLD, or check them out at goldenoaklending.com. Golden Oak Lending, MLS 114937.
Hi, I'm Tom Shane, third-generation owner at Shane Company. As a family jeweler for almost 100 years, we're known for doing right by our customers. Our legacy of integrity depends on it. We stand behind our engagement rings with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. We handpick the most beautiful diamonds, then negotiate for the best price. At Shane Company, we put you first because a friend always has your back. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
$30 million in guaranteed prizes you can cash in this football season out in Las Vegas with 3 Circa Sports contests. Entries starting at $1,000, all with zero rake. Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action, 128 ways to win. Or Circa Survivor. You pick one winner each week, the last one standing wins. And Circa Grandissimo with a $100,000 entry. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. $30 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
Hi, thanks for calling Uline.
Wait, did the phone even ring?
Nope.
Oh, okay, so you answered before the ring. But now you're going to put me on hold, right?
We don't do that here. We're real people answering the phone, ready to help with your order when you are.
Uline has thousands of quality products for your business and warehouse needs, always in stock, ready to ship same day, and backed by Uline's legendary 24/7 customer service. Uline, we warehouse for you.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
While the world watches the stars at the FIFA World Cup this summer, Hyundai has its eyes on the next generation of talent. The future stars who are already turning heads at age 14. Because next doesn't wait for an invitation. And neither do we. Hyundai has always moved the future within reach. We did it when we made advanced safety standard on every vehicle and engineered EVs with ultra-fast charging capability. Because the future isn't some far-off concept. It's already here. Next starts now. Hyundai, an official partner of FIFA.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. And we cut to size. Because just like taxes and BS, we think metal is better when cut. Metal Supermarkets, the convenient stores for metal. Find a store or shop online at metalsupermarkets.com.
Constipation with belly pain back again? Huh? Who are you? I'm future you. Future me? Relax, our doctor figured it out. Your symptoms keep coming back because it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is the #1 prescribed branded treatment for IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily prescription pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
On the Missouri side, checking 49 northbound, no delays from Belton to 470, and 71 northbound moves well from the Grandview Triangle into downtown. Kansas side, 35 northbound, trip from Olathe to downtown, about 20 minutes. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Everybody back together for one day. Mac wants to talk about Hollywood Brown. Also, I'm kidding. Shout out Tyquan Thornton. His birthday today.
Oh, nice.
Saw
Birthday,
that
buddies.
on the Chiefs Insta. It's also Mike Trout's birthday and also Sidney Crosby's birthday. So a lot of cool people born on August 7th.
Some goats.
Including myself. But Mac, go ahead and take this one in because you're the one asking this question.
Yeah, man. I mean, Robert Pattinson, another movie now coming out. I don't know if you guys saw the trailer yesterday for Primetime, him playing Chris Hansen in this movie.
I'm Chris. Chris Hansen.
Dude, he does the voice
I
perfectly.
will 100% watch that movie.
The guy who was busting people for being creepers and then was a creeper himself, Chris Hansen, that guy.
Yeah.
That guy went he's very much like Jared the Subway guy. Went from hero to loser just like that immediately overnight.
Yeah, the people he was catching were like legit predators. He was sending nudes to somebody, not his wife.
Yeah.
Still creepy, but...
In the trailer, they allude to maybe that sometimes they weren't even legit, or that they actually made it more Hollywood. They had them act. There's a lot going on here. It looks awesome. I'm really, really excited about it. Just this year, he was in the drama with Zendaya. I don't know if you guys have seen that fantastic film.
I haven't seen it, but I knew about it.
I'm seeing The Odyssey this weekend. He's in it. Prime Time's the movie that we were just speaking of, Chris Hansen and all that. And then he's in Dune Part 3 coming out this year.
How do you have time to do 4 movies in 1 year? And I'm not saying because of just it's a lot, but just think about what goes into being an actor in these movies. Your body has to change based on every movie too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you see these guys put on weight, lose weight, put on muscle, lose muscle for every single role that they're involved in. So there's all of that kind of stuff that the behind the scenes, I don't know, memorizing lines for 4 movies can't be, easy as well. The time commitment that it takes to do a lot of this stuff. But I would imagine the actors kind of just show up, do their lines and leave. It's not like they're there putting this whole thing together. They've got everybody's got their job to do. And I would imagine a lot of times the actors show up on the set, they do their thing, and then they're kind of on with their day. But even still, 4 movies in 1 year.
And these are all bangers, or we'll see
the
that
Odyssey.
prime time.
My daughter saw that, and so she thought it was very good too. So
yeah, I'm excited to see it. I'll see it this weekend or Monday. I haven't decided. I'm seeing it with some buddies, but yeah. So I'll have seen 3 of them once I see that, and then prime time. I mean, that'll be must watch.
I mean, that's a great year. I mean, from an athlete standpoint, to have something like that, that's not. I mean, that's better than a Triple Crown.
Yeah, it's incredible
because that's a 4 deal right there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, four top earners right there.
Right there.
No, exactly. And he's a lead or the lead in all of them. And like you said, playing different characters, doing different roles, doing different voices. So
he's a lead in The Odyssey?
He's one of the leads, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a movie guy, as we know.
You're a family guy.
Yeah. But I thought it was really cool to see over the weekend AMC setting records for people getting back to the movies, right? And I think that's fantastic, especially being a local company. You want to see them do awesome. But people are going back to the movies because Hollywood is now giving us stuff that's worth going back to the movies for. Once COVID happened, everybody thought nobody's ever going to leave their homes again. So nobody really did much from a movie perspective. We rebirthed everything that's already been done. People really just weren't interested in a lot of that. And then they thought, you know what? People do want to get the hell out of their house. Let's start making some good movies again. And they have. They made some great movies recently that are forcing people now to go back to the movie theater. This has been one of the best summers for movies that we've seen in probably, since COVID, obviously, and which is almost 10 years now. I mean, in September, we're celebrating, or not celebrating, but memorializing 25 years of 9/11, right? That happened overnight. We're almost 10 years now removed from this COVID thing, and now people are finally starting going back to the movies. And you give people something good, they're going to show up. It's like anything, any product. If it's a good product, people will consume it.
100%. Yeah, a lot of. I mean, I saw Spider-Man in theaters on the honeymoon. It was fantastic. Well, there's how do you say his name? John Turturro?
Yeah, John Turturro.
John Turturro.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, there's another trailer that I saw come out yesterday about the only pickpocket in New York, and he's being a pickpocket or is that's the term, right?
Yeah.
In a modern world, where everything's on the phone, and that looks really, really good too. Like an original idea, which I like as well. We've got some original ideas coming out as well. So that, I'm pumped about this year in movies and about what's coming out next. Obviously, someone on the text line also says Batman 2 coming out next year. Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, the first one he did was good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Very dark.
So has anyone ever had a bigger year as an actor or actress than Robert Pattinson's 26?
I can give you one.
Okay.
And it's before you were alive. But man, did Jim Carrey rock 1994.
Okay.
Ace Ventura, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber. All while also doing In Living Color for a little while, too, which was like a live show like Saturday Night Live.
It's a good year.
And then he would continue on. Batman Forever in 95 was a flop, but he was like, he was in it as a blockbuster movie. Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, The Cable Guy, and then would move on to but 94, he did Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber, all in 1 year. All classics.
And that's only 3.
Yeah.
This guy's done 4.
Yeah, 4.
That's what makes it so impressive.
I also threw in that he was working for In Living Color, which is also big. That was a big deal. It was like starting to rival Saturday Night Live. Obviously, on that show, he did like Fire Marshal Bill and all those other things.
They killed that show fast, though, man.
They all left. They all went and did Hollywood.
Like Saturday Night Live rebooted every year for like 50 years now. In Living Color lost their cast. They're like, all right, we're out.
Yeah, I mean,
they can't do it again.
They had a big splash of talent. I mean, they had the Wayans brothers. They had Jim Carrey. They had all these other people that were on that show. It's like must-see TV. They lasted as long as they could, and they had like Eugene Levy on it. They had John Candy on that show. You just couldn't compete with what Lorne Michaels was putting out on New York, Saturday Night Live. Will Smith, there's a year somewhere with Will Smith where he might have had a big year where he did like, maybe it was like Bad Boys 2, Men in Black, and Independence Day or something like that. I don't know what year it was, but if you IMDb Will Smith, I wonder if he's got a year in like the 90s.
Yeah, it was 90. Yeah, 95 was Bad Boys, Independence Day 96, but they were in a year from each other. They're both July 4th releases, so you can count that as a year.
If you want, then maybe that changes what Pattinson's doing. And,
Right.
It would change.
But
it would
4
change.
years, I mean, Jim Carrey, I mean, maybe Russell Crowe.
I mean, you put one down there that I know people don't like to talk about, Kevin Spacey, but that 1995 was pretty good, with The Usual Suspects, and then he was also in 7, and 2 phenomenal movies right there.
Yeah, Tom Hanks had multiple years where he had 2 fantastic ones. Obviously, he had 93, Sleepless in Seattle, and then Best Actor for Philadelphia.
Every year in the 90s when I was in high school, it felt like Tom Hanks was coming out with something that was spectacular. Seriously, it was. And he did. I mean, you just mentioned it right there. Sleepless in Seattle, Philadelphia, Apollo 13. Like
Toy Story 2,
Yeah,
Green Mile.
I was just going when I was just in high school.
And that's like before, I mean, I go back to middle school, like Turner and Hooch, Big, like
Yeah,
all those movies.
always around.
Yep, Tom Hanks, I mean, I think he'll probably go down as the greatest of all time. I mean, his arc is just so impressive. You can go from comedy to serious, and he wins all the time. He's a believable character in everything that he does. Not a lot of actors are those believable characters in everything that they do, and Tom Hanks was definitely one of those guys.
816 points out, numbers-wise, Zendaya's having a bigger year than Robert Pattinson. One of the biggest years of all time for acting. She was in the new Spider-Man, and she's in Odyssey and Dune 3 as well. And Spider-Man was really good. She's not in that movie a whole lot, but she was really good in it. Tom Holland got ripped, by the way. Holy crap.
For the movie.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
He was always in good shape as Spider-Man, but he got big.
Well, you know what his next project is, don't you?
What is it?
He's playing Fred Astaire.
Yes.
And he's doing all the dance moves.
Oh,
he's
a really good dancer.
He's his own dance double.
It's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be so good.
He's his own stunt double guy, and nobody's doing it for him. That to me may be one of the most impressive things we see in Hollywood, that somebody can work their ass off and get to a point where you're going to believe that they're Fred Astaire, who's one of the greatest dancers of all time.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, that's talent right there. Yeah, you can hit a curveball and throw a football, but you can do that too. That's up there. That's on par, if not harder, than anything athletes do.
Yeah, what did Trey, was it Simmons that said that about Peter Woods? He's got like feet for a ballerina, and he's got strength of like a wrestler or something like that. There was some
strength
quote,
like an ox or something.
He's strong as an ox and feet of a ballerina.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
That's a good endorsement.
In about 20 minutes, we'll have my guy Wags on from Blue Hills Country Club. We'll also have one more option for you guys to win a pair of tickets to the Avon Health Championship out at Blue Hills Country Club, where there will be multiple players playing for their PGA Tour card. Plus, it's a fun thing to watch if you're interested. It's right down the street, actually. So we'll get to that at 8:20. But coming up next, some good audio on can Missouri football change this year. We'll see. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Alohi Gilman, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, guys, you ever wonder why Fanatics Sportsbook is America's fastest-growing sportsbook? Fan Cash is the ultimate sports currency, and betting with Fanatics lets you stack Fan Cash, and you can get up to 10% Fan Cash back on your wagers, win or lose. Use your Fan Cash to unlock the world of Fanatics with unlimited profit boosts, exclusive merch, collectibles, game tickets, and so much more. And don't forget about Fan Cash Fridays right here on 96.5 The Fan, every single Friday. Just be the 10th caller on our contest line to win $100 in Fan Cash. They're giving away millions in Fan Cash this year with games like Fan Cash Drop right in the Fanatics Sportsbook app. So tap in every Friday and see what the fuss is all about. Switch to a sportsbook that will always give you more to play with. Check it out yourself and download the Fanatics Sportsbook app today. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. Offer not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Sportsbook app.
Hi, this is Toby Tobin along with Jason Goodenkoff from Lewisburg Ford in Lewisburg, Kansas. Hi, Jason.
Hello, Toby.
Let's talk about the buying experience at Lewisburg Ford.
It's the best anywhere. Just ask all our customers, Toby. It is hands down the best experience you can have buying a new car. We have the no-hassle Toby Tobin price that we've had for 35 years now. Nobody else can say that. We've been saving Kansas City thousands and thousands of dollars for a lot of years.
I have been buying Ford cars and trucks from Lewisburg Ford for over 30 years, and I know personally this is the best place to buy a Ford car or truck. Great prices, but there's a whole lot more than that.
It doesn't just stop at price, Toby.
No.
There's other factors to this equation, and it's trade-in allowance, financing, and the experience of how knowledgeable the people are that you're dealing with. And we surpass everybody in all those areas. We always have. We always will. That's why calling us is important.
Do you have that new pickup?
Absolutely. And it's dynamite.
Okay. Lewisburg Ford is your best place to buy a Ford car or truck. What's your toll-free number?
816-444-2300.
Lewisburg Ford or lewisburgford.com.
At Farmers, our honesty is contagious.
Wait, am I going to catch honesty?
Well, when you're with Farmers, it's kind of inevitable.
Well, how long does it take to... I lied to you when you asked if I knew what a deductible was. I don't know my dad's birthday, and I thought umbrella policies were for rainstorms. Actual rainstorms. I have it, don't I?
You don't just have honesty.
You have Farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Learn more at farmers.com. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or Affiliate. Products not available in every state.
You don't have to carry everything on your own. Whether you're dealing with stress, anxiety, depression, substance use, or thoughts of suicide, talking to someone can help. And help is available 24/7 through the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. You can call or text 988 anytime to connect with a trained mental health professional. 988 is free, confidential, easy to remember, and available anytime, anywhere, to anyone. Call or text the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. No judgment, just help. Chiefs training camp coverage sponsored by Border Magic, giving your landscape its winning edge. This football season, give your home a winning edge with Border Magic. Custom concrete landscape edging adds lasting beauty and unbeatable curb appeal. Choose from a variety of styles and colors, all backed by a 10-year warranty. SouthKC.BorderMagic.com.
Chiefs coverage is brought to you by New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola.
Spring hail means big savings at New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola. Save up to $15,000 on hail damage new and used vehicles, plus all factory incentives. But this hail of a sale won't last long. New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola. You always pay less in Paola.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Northland 169 highway southbound, heavy approaching Inglewood for about a mile. 35 southbound, slows past Vivian, stays off again on again, heavy down to Antioch, both those with construction. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Tune in to Cody and Gold starting at 10 as they broadcast live from Chiefs training camp with exclusive one-on-one interviews and real-time updates from practice. This is your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station. Welcome into Fescoe and Dusty.
I mean, come on, guys. What are we doing here?
A show that, analytically, exists between 6 and 10 weekday mornings on Kansas City's only FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, buddy.
Live from the studios that brought you.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Here's Bob Fescoe and Dusty Likens.
Back at it all on a Friday here, 8 o'clock hour for you.
Damn glad to have the band back together. Mac Morey, Bob Fescoe, Dusty Likens. Missouri football. I'm interested in this year for them, just because of, I think, what Eli Drinkwitz has done for the program over the last 5 years or however long he's been there. A lot of recruits, a lot of big names. Obviously, one that's in the NFL in his second year in Luther Burden, who should be a very, very sneaky pick in fantasy football if you want. Some people might say it's not sneaky at all. He's going to have an explosion year because him and Caleb Williams should be on the same page even more so than they were last year. But, man, when you do change something and give it more of pizzazz, you can run out of that time of pizzazz, because if it's just always the same, like look at Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh. They finally got tired of obviously running out of time of just being 10-9 or 9-8 and getting to the playoffs, losing the first round, come back the next year, do the same thing. Yeah, it's fine. You're competitive. It's fun. But I don't know, man. I think that it is time to do something when it comes to that program. At least I think we like Eli. I think he's got a good personality for the gig. But, when it comes to Mizzou, I think that's what they look at this year. Kansas, I have no idea. I'm not going to tip dive down. Like, I know who's on their roster.
Yeah, I have no idea who's on any of these rosters, quite frankly. But, the coaches, and both of these coaches at Kansas and Missouri are facing, I think, a crossroads with their situation. I mean, if Lance Leipold has another year where they don't finish above 500, don't make a bowl game, they've got this new stadium that they're, putting up over there. If they don't go above 500, I mean, you probably are going to have to make a change over there at the head coaching spot, because, you had a nice year and then it's kind of been like the Royals. It's kind of been on a decline over the last couple of years. And so you have to really look into that. I think with Eli, I think everybody obviously wants the college football playoff out of Missouri. And if they don't make it, is that enough to move on from Eli Drinkwitz? I don't think so. But I think it is a very important season for him. You want to show that you're continuing to improve and to continue to get better and to continue to compete in the SEC. And now that they've got their stadium done, they've got a lot of things going in the right direction there.
This is David Pollack on Missouri if they can make it to said playoffs.
They average about 10 wins a year. That's the standard to me for Missouri football. Here's the thing about Missouri. They have an identity every year. You know exactly who they are. Ahmad Hardy was born to break tackles. And then Jamal Roberts obviously adds the 1-2 punch like you talked about. But here's another thing too. The defensive front and LBs have been elite for years. They're always good. So what do I question? The passing game. Last year, 15th in the SEC in passing yards per game. That's why Eli Drinkwitz brought in Chip Lindsey. And that's why he brought in Garrett Riley, who was at Clemson. But you know what I like, man? I like when you have multiple minds who see different things, can help you out, can make that room better. The passing game has to get better. It's been the weakness of this offense. They know who they are. They know how to run it. They led the SEC in rushing. And then you're still that bad in throwing. That's hard to do because the one helps the other so much.
I think there is some truth to there. Now, they got Simmons from Ole Miss. He's their quarterback this year. He's transferred because Trinidad Chambliss is going to stay at Ole Miss, and now he's going to go play for Missouri. So I think it's Austin Simmons. Should be a pretty good arm for that system. He talks about bringing in coaches and stuff like that to kind of help out with everything and moving forward. But I think if I'm wrong with this, maybe you can correct me, but it feels like as Missouri football fans, like they know that they're good, but they're just not good enough to get wins against the Bamas, against the Ole Miss, against the LSUs, and the Florida Gators are like a coin flip every year. And I don't know if Florida's been what people expect Florida to be, what they've been in the past, but, they don't beat Tennessee. They don't beat Georgia. They don't beat those teams. And to get to the college football playoffs, you're going to have to beat those teams eventually. Not every time, because Alabama doesn't beat Georgia every year, and Georgia beat Alabama every year. And you got to get to that point, though, where, you can play. Because, Ahmad Hardy, he talked about last year, was amazing in the first 4 to 5 games of the season. Right. Then they started playing better teams. And Ahmad Hardy didn't do a whole lot. Now, I know he led the SEC in rushing, but, man, the dude was running like a freight train the first 4 games. And then, it got to the competition. And, again, I don't know if this is just talent be talent or if it's like, when the kid sees the name on the jersey and it's like, does Eli see Alabama over there? Does he see, Tennessee over there? Does he see those schools and think, man, we aren't them. And it's like, no, you still play your game, man. Like, you have Simmons. He's your quarterback now. I know Brady Cook has been there for 19 years, and now he's in the NFL with the Jets. But again, like, you've got a pretty solid quarterback. You're supposed to be offensive-minded. You've gotten great recruits to Missouri. But at the end of the day, what have you given us other than a Cotton Bowl victory where these teams that you play don't play any of their players because they weren't supposed to be there?
Bowl games don't matter anymore unless you're playing in the bowl champion, not the bowl champion, but the college football playoff. None of this matters anymore because kids don't want to play in them. There's no incentive to play in them anymore. Bowl games are rendered useless unless it's the college football playoff. So I don't, making a bowl game, fine. I guess you can put that up there and do your thing. But if you're the University of Missouri, you've done that already, and it's time to kind of move on to that next level. If they can, though, move on to that next level. I don't know if they're capable of beating the teams like Alabama and, the star teams in the Big Ten year in and year out, and the star teams in the SEC, year in and year out. Are they going to be able to compete with Georgia and LSU and Alabama and Texas now and Oklahoma, for that matter? I just don't. I think Missouri is just going to be a mid-team, and that's not a bad thing. But it's never going to be one of these teams. Maybe but you can't even say once every 4 years now, guys. If you get the right recruiting class and, they stay together you don't even have that anymore to kind of hang your hat on. And so you have to find a way to do it very fast, very quick. There's no next year with a lot of these guys. It makes it very difficult to build that program because you're constantly bringing in new guys. You're constantly teaching the basics too. You're never able to take the offense to year 2 or year 3 because nobody's been around for year 2 or year 3. And so you've got to figure out ways to do it fast, do it quick. And I think Missouri, they're behind the 8 ball, much like Kansas. You're behind the 8 ball in these things right now because there are so many teams that are just so much more dominating in your leagues than you are right now.
Yeah, because Mizzou's got to get a championship again because the last time they had one was in 1960.
Yeah.
What? That's what by unanimous consent.
Of course.
The Senate agreed to Section Res 833, that's how much I care, recognizing that the 1960 University of Missouri Tigers football team that was led by Josh Klingler for its undefeated regular season Orange Bowl victory and claim to the 1960s national championship. Mizzou's got a title.
There you go. Kansas still has more mythical titles than Missouri does, though. We got 2, you got 1. We got more. We got more. Where is this coming from? Out of nowhere.
Yeah, very weird. Very strange. I don't understand that.
This is going on in the Senate. Like there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
Right? The Senate's got everything lined up, all the I's dotted and T's crossed. It's time to look at that 60 Missouri team and make them national champs.
Missouri Senate, you've seen the economy shift. You've seen gas prices go up. What do you have to say about that? Tigers are champions in 1960. Next question.
Good question from the 913. Would Mizzou have a better chance if they stayed in the Big 12? I mean,
yes, of course.
Yes, but would they have the recruits?
No.
Would they be where they are without the SEC move?
It's the right move to go to the SEC. It's always the right move.
Yes,
it's about money.
It's about making the jump from a talent perspective. Texas A&M's tried to do the same thing. They've done a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think they got snubbed one year, a few years ago, from the playoffs when it was only 4 teams. Since then, when they've expanded, they have yet to do that.
Has Texas A&M been in the college football playoff?
I don't believe so.
I don't think they have.
I don't believe so. And again, they should have that one year when it was only 4 teams, but they got snubbed, in my opinion. But either way, if Mizzou can start off 6-1 and then beat one of Texas and Georgia, because they have that back-to-back, Texas and Georgia.
That's a hell of
a
2 weeks right there.
Welcome to the SEC.
Yeah.
What it is.
That's what it is.
Right.
Yeah. But you know what? You got a really cool new stadium.
Are
you got a lot of money in your university.
That move, though, to the SEC based on that text right there? Because
I would hope not.
Because, again, this is where the fans' mindset versus the mindset of the people in charge. The people in charge want to make money, 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 money. Fans want to win. Fans look at it and go, we could have been winning in the Big 12. The administration looks at it and goes, we wouldn't be making this money if we were in the Big 12. Both sides are right.
And would Austin Simmons have transferred to Mizzou? Would Ahmad Hardy be, there?
Yeah,
like all
probably
those things,
not.
Right?
You guys want to play in the SEC too, man.
They're on TV. They're playing the best of the best.
Yeah, they're not getting sponsored by Monster Energy drink for $2 million.
Yeah.
That's the Big 12.
Yeah. No, I think Missouri would do fine in the Big 12. And, I mean, who would be their competition?
Texas
K-State.
Tech.
Texas Tech right now. K-State a little bit.
K-State.
Utah. BYU.
Yeah, K-State has the highest over-under among the big 3 locals.
Oh, yeah, as they
year.
should, I think. You
Yes.
know, K-State, like I said a couple of weeks ago, other than that Ron Prince 3 years or whatever they had, since Bill Snyder recreated that program back in '88, they've done a really good job of just being a really good football program, consistently good. I know you want more, But every year you wake up as a K-State fan, other than those Ron Prince years, and you know we're going to be a good football team this year. We're going to beat Kansas. We're going to win 8 or 9 games. We're going to have a lot of fun. Like, K-State has been as consistent as you can be in college football over the last 30 years.
Coming up on the other side, we're going to give you a chance one more time to win a pair of tickets to the Advent Health Golf Championship at Blue Hills Country Club. My guy Wags will join us for a little to talk about that, but you want to hear this drop when we get back?
Smash your pass, doggy.
That's Mac, and you got to be caller number 5, and you'll have one more chance to win a pair of tickets. So when you hear this drop on the other side, when we get back,
smash your pass, doggy.
When we be caller number 5, you got a chance to go to Blue Hills Country Club, watch Advent Health Championship here in KC. Coming up next, we'll talk about it for a little bit here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Mac's awesome.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Ken Walker III, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
America is turning 250 this year, and Circus Sports is celebrating by offering all users in Missouri $250. Dane Hughes here, and for everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circus Sports app. Then play through that deposit. Once you do, Circus Sports will reward you with $250 right in your account. This is available for everyone in Missouri, new and existing users. Celebrate 250 years and find out more at circusports.com today. Must be 21 or older in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The last 3 days of our summer sale are here. Save from 30 to 50% on suits, sports coats, and sportswear at Peter's Clothiers. Find the look you want at the price you'll love. Visit Peter's Clothiers at 124th and State Line.
Hey, it's the Lawman giving you a couple updates. Just settled a case for $1.175 million on a commercial vehicle accident, $750,000 on a motorcycle accident, $557,500 on a premise liability case. Call the Lawman. If you've been charged with a felony DWI, call the Lawman. You only got a short window to get the admin file in Missouri and in Kansas. Call me now.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It shouldn't be based solely on advertisement.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and from changing seasons to unpredictable road conditions, having solid auto insurance gives you real peace of mind. With AAA, switching today means you could save up to 21% on your auto insurance. AAA offers dependable protection, personalized coverage options, and customer service that's always there for you. And when you bundle policies or insure multiple vehicles, you can save even more. Visit AAA.com. That's AAA.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. The world's game at BetMGM is here. Bet on the soccer showdowns with 2-up early payout so that if you're up 2, BetMGM will pay you. That's right. Place a pre-game straight match results bet on any tournament game. If at any point your team is up by 2 goals, you'll instantly win your bet. Then enjoy BetMGM same-game parlays, daily promotions, player props, and so much more for the world's game. Don't miss your shot at an early win with 2-up early payout to get paid out if at any point your team is up by 2 goals. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. This promotional offer not available in Ontario, Pennsylvania, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. Available in the U.S. For New York, 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. New and existing customer offer, subject to eligibility requirements. Additional terms and restrictions may apply. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel, must be present in a state where it's legal to wager.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to the home of the Royals, 96.5 The Fan.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the car crash kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Missouri side 71 northbound very heavy with an accident around 18th Street. Delays back to 27th and building. Heading 35 southbound. Slows around Vivian. Stays off again on again heavy down to Antioch with construction. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
All right, real quickly before we get into this, do some golf talk. Do you want me to tell you all the playoff teams last year in college football, or do you want Mac to do it?
Yeah, Mac can do it. That's fine.
No? Okay. Miami, Ohio State, James Madison, Oregon, Tulane, Ole Miss, Alabama, Oklahoma, and Texas A&M.
Oh, they made it last year. Okay.
Made it last
See, like
year.
I said, you don't. It's not. Don't worry about it. You can't remember all this stuff.
Yeah.
The older you get, the more you've experienced, the more things that are inside this noggin. So, not remembering who was in the college football playoff, big deal. I mean, seriously, that's not a big deal at all.
It's okay. But yeah, just like when we did the WNBA topic and we were talking about like, who won the last title. Oh, it was actually the Aces. That's actually who won it. So they've won it the last 4 years or whatever it may be. So special guest in studio today, we got Mike Wagner, who is the tournament chair of a pretty special event coming up August 20th through the 23rd. We have met, you and I. I became your adopted son. Mm-hmm. And Wags, welcome to the show. And tell us everything about this Advent Health tournament coming up at Blue Hills Country Club.
First of all, guys, thanks for having me. And thanks so much for putting a little promo behind this event. We think it's really something special going on at Blue Hills Country Club. As you said, Dusty, the actual golf is 4 days, the 20th through the 23rd of August. But the event itself is really an 8-day event. We've really expanded this to reach out and touch more of the community, try to bring more people into the game of golf. We have a junior day on Sunday. We have a women's day on Monday. We have a family day during the week. We have a Folds of Honor day during the week. We're really trying to use this event as a way to get more people exposed to the game of golf, give back to the community a little bit, and touch more lives. Now, the golf event itself is pretty cool this year. This is our 7th year hosting it at Blue Hills Country Club. The first 6, our event was in May. It was very early in the season. We always deal with some weather issues, some challenges with moisture and temperatures and the other things. And so we stepped up this year, and we're moving the event to August, where it's going to be the last regular season event on the Corn Ferry Tour. And what that means is guys are fighting for playoff spots, right? They're fighting to improve their position to get in the top 150 so they can play in the playoffs. And then ultimately their goal is to finish in the top 20 on the Corn Ferry Tour, and then they earn their PGA Tour card. So with our corporate partner Advent Health, and by the way, none of this would be possible without a brand and partner like Advent Health, really putting the weight of their brand behind it, what they stand for, the values of their brand, really has elevated this event, made it real. And so because of that, we were able to get this slot on the schedule. And the real exciting news is, and I think for Kansas City, is we're going to be televised on the Golf Channel all 4 days. So some really kind of a national spotlight for Kansas City, a national spotlight for professional golf in Kansas City, and we're just really fired up about this year's event.
A lot of buzz right now for Kansas City, too. So you continue to put, good pictures out there of our town. It does great for everybody. It's a good, marketing tool, again, just on the heels of the World Cup, right before the Chiefs are getting ready to go. I mean, this is a nice little thing to have for Kansas City, too.
I think it should make our community believe, right? We can do this. Oftentimes, I think our city gets pigeonholed as maybe kind of where do we really fit? Are we a big city or are we a small city? I think we're a big, capable city with a small city feel, and it gives us unique opportunities. And I think this event will continue to highlight how this city can host major sporting events. Kathy Nelson, who everybody knows is president of the Kansas City Sports Commission, she's got this phrase she uses about what it means to be a cornerstone event. A cornerstone event means it's something that happens in our city that draws people and attention from other parts of the country. We believe the Advent Health Championship is going to be a cornerstone event.
So you say you believe it's going to be. Tell me about the future. That sounds like a future prediction there. What do you have going on?
I think the continued growth, the exposure we will continue to get, the expansion with more corporate engagement across our community, and then being televised, people will start to better recognize, understand, and want to engage with it.
So it's Kansas City, it's golf. Somehow Tom Watson's got to be involved, right? He's the ambassador of this tournament. Is that what this is something that he loves, is something he wants to grow with the game of golf? I think he's always been adamant about that in Kansas City as well.
I think Tom Watson, obviously Mount Rushmore of golf, right? Mm-hmm. One of the greatest players ever, one of the greatest Kansas Cityans ever. He has got a huge passion for not only the game of golf in general and doing it right, but for introducing youth to the game of golf with his Watson Links programs. We're really excited this year. We're going to have a junior day on Sunday. We're going to have over 70 youth out at Blue Hills, learning a little bit more about the game of golf, seeing some golf clinics. Tom will be there, and then walking and playing the course with mentors that help them how to understand not just how to play golf, but how to use golf as a way to learn life skills. And there's no better ambassador for our event than Tom Watson. We feel very fortunate. We're grateful to have him be a part of this. He's got his brand and weight behind it, and we think it'll really help us.
Now, I know this is the Korn Ferry Tour. Can we get the PGA Tour here?
Yes.
Okay.
The short answer is yes. Will we? We have to see, right? There's a lot of things that go into that. As if anybody's been paying attention to the game of golf, there's a lot of changes going on. There's a shifting tide in that game, and it's a good thing. I think they're recognizing the need to generate and keep interest in the game. There'll be some new leadership coming into the PGA Tour. They're going to put some new structures in place. They're going to create new events that will really be you gain entry into them based on your performance, not just based on your rank. And we think there's an opportunity for us to continue to be a big part of that conversation. Now, the Korn Ferry Tour is not going anywhere, right? The PGA Tour did something really smart. They said the pathway to the PGA Tour is through the Korn Ferry Tour. If you want to earn your PGA Tour card, you're going to play on the Korn Ferry Tour.
And Mike, how long has that been going on for people that aren't really into that?
I think the Korn Ferry Tour has been going on now, I think, for 10 plus years, right? But I would say this, roughly 90% of the guys currently playing on the PGA Tour, the guys we watch in the big events on weekends, at one point played on the Korn Ferry Tour. So that tells you, and you think about some of the people we've had come through at the Advent Health Championship at Blue Hills and won. The biggest name that comes to mind is Cam Young, right? Cam Young won at Blue Hills, launched his career, and this past year he won the Players' Championship. So big names come through. And then we have some great local stories. Harry Higgs, a local kid here, one of my favorite guys, went to Blue Valley North High School here, won our event in 2024, earned him his PGA Tour card, and he's having a great career. So
what's it going to take to get this to that next level? Like you go from AAA to the big leagues. How do we go from AAA to the big leagues on the golf tour?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to two groups. One, Advent Health, right? Advent Health, as our corporate title sponsor, really believes that professional golf in Kansas City is important. They've put together a great team. Rick Amos, our tournament director, Kristen Kamara and Nicole Smith, his team, they do a great job. They work tirelessly to make sure this event is a big deal. What's it going to take? We need more corporate engagement across our city. So our mission...
Sounds like when you want to bring an NBA team here, what do we need? More corporate support,
right? It really is. As you guys know, what drives that kind of thing is just corporate engagement and involvement. And I think, like I said earlier, this year is our opportunity to get a lot more attention and exposure, and we hope to achieve that.
Yeah, I think it's really cool, too, because we can dive into this tournament, because I know the future we can't control, but what it is controllable are these guys that could possibly be playing into the tour. And I always tell Bob and Mac, some of the best things about watching the PGA Tour is you might not be watching, the final hole with the final two guys going neck and neck, which is insane amount of pressure. But what's really fun when you really dive into golf and you follow, like I'm sure you and I do, is the guys that could finish either 20th or tied for 18th. That split in money is so intriguing to me to watch. And I know it's not on everybody's radar, but this tournament from August 20th to August 23rd, there's guys that could be in like 23rd place, and if they finish top 20, they're on the tour. If they don't, like those putts, man, like that's a little bit more of what this tournament can be about as well.
You know what it is, Dusty? It's the classic bubble watch. Yeah. There's going to be guys on the bubble. There's going to be 3 guys that are outside the bubble, 3 guys that are inside the bubble, and a putt, a chip, a shot can make a difference between making the playoffs, not making the playoffs, and earning a PGA Tour card, not earning a PGA Tour card. I don't think what most casual golf fans don't understand is the pressure on these guys. I mean, these guys are obviously phenomenal athletes.
Oh, yeah.
They play this game at a different level. It's so much fun as a member of Blue Hills Country Club to watch these guys play our golf course, watch the way they do it, the shots they hit, the lines they take. It's mind-boggling. But there's a lot of pressure on these guys. I mean, these guys are fighting for their life. I think this is one thing that is beautiful about the Korn Ferry Tour. My association with it over the years, what I've seen is these guys really appreciate this platform. They're chasing their dream. They're playing to earn a PGA Tour card, right? This is the way to do that. They're so grateful for the sponsors. They're so grateful for the courses like Blue Hills that host these things. They're so grateful for the volunteers. They're so grateful for the host families. A lot of these guys come into town and they're staying in somebody's house for the week, as they play in the event, right?
Yeah.
And the one thing these guys do is they're very open. Like when you come, and I would really encourage people listening to come out to the event, you get up close. You get to see these guys, talk to these guys. It's a lot more intimate than a major PGA Tour event because it's smaller. And these guys are open. They'll talk to you. They'll interact with you, and it's really fun.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to kind of and then it's also like if you see a guy that does well in this, you can then follow that guy into the career because you'd be like, I watched that guy, I walked with that guy, I did all this. And plus, you're like a, +1 handicap, so you're pretty solid golf. But you're still mesmerized by the way these guys hit the golf ball.
Well, Dusty and I spent one day on the golf course together, and we had a lot of fun. He knows I'm not a +1, but I can play the game. But watching these guys, it takes it to a whole new level.
Yeah.
And I just really think, look, we don't know what our final field's going to look like yet. There's still, even though we're less than a week and a half away, there's still some jockeying for who will play, who won't. But really, 20 of the guys we're going to see at Blue Hills, roughly 20 of the guys we're going to see at Blue Hills next year will be playing on the PGA Tour. You will see them playing in the big events on the weekends on TV.
So these guys get their PGA Tour card. What does this tournament have to do to get their PGA Tour card?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think we just need to keep growing the support and community engagement with it. So there's still ways for people to engage with our event this year. We're always looking for volunteers. We've got 600 plus volunteers already committed to serve, but we can always use more. I would encourage people, if you want to experience what it's like to kind of be behind the scenes, inside the ropes of a golf tournament, volunteer for the Advent Health Championship. We also have daily tickets for sale, and we have hospitality tickets for sale. But for this to elevate, for this to become a PGA Tour event, it's just we got to continue to get the weight of the corporate community in Kansas City behind it.
Is Blue Hills the location that it would be at if there was a PGA Tour event here, or is there other courses that could potentially handle that?
The answer to that would be TBD, but we would sure love to be a part of that. I tell you what, I tell our members all the time, we should feel a sense of pride for hosting an event like this. It's very rare for a country club to do something that is more outward-facing than inward-facing. The other thing that everybody knows about PGA golf is it gives back. I mean, a big part of why we do these things is to create community giving. And I'm really proud of our club, our club leadership, and our members for embracing this event as something that we are doing that is outward-facing and giving back.
You never know, Mike. Maybe one day you see Scotty Scheffler teeing off on the same tee box that you're going to tee off here in about 2.5 hours.
Scotty Scheffler played on the Korn Ferry Tour. He never came through Kansas City, but he did play on the Korn Ferry Tour.
Too good. Mike, we appreciate it. It's Mike Wagner, the tournament chair of the Advent Health Championship, where every shot's on the line, tour cards are on the line. So we really appreciate the time, and I'll see you in 2 weeks from tomorrow.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys, for having me. Everybody come out and watch.
Thank you, Mike. That's Mike Wagner, tournament chair of the Advent Health Tournament. At Blue Hills Country Club. It's literally right off state line. It's a great place. If you don't think it's a PGA Tour course yet, go drop your ball in the rough and try to get out of it. You won't. I promise. I literally almost quit the game of golf after playing there one day. But you know the deal. Caller number 5. Here's your sounder.
Smash your pass, doggy.
Okay, that's Mac, baby. So yeah, caller number 5 there. You got a chance at a pair of tickets to this tournament on August 20th through the August 23rd. It's a great event. It's a great place. But now we're back to Sam Block and what he has to say about the big regression year for San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego and Denver, too. I mean, a major regression year for a lot of people out there in the AFC. And the Sam Block's a guy who works for ESPN and one of these dudes that, I kind of like. I enjoy his prediction. Appreciate it, Max. Appreciate it. And I enjoy what he has to say. I don't know, just one of those guys on Twitter that you just kind of follow and you're like, yeah, I really like what he has to say. And he's got his AFC.
Enjoy Sam.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's good stuff. It's good information. It's educational. He's just it's real sports stuff. He doesn't try to get too nerdy and geeky and all that kind of stuff. He's just a good tweeter, and I really like it's at the block spot if you're looking for somebody just good to follow, right? And he's got his AFC playoff predictions. Bills at the 1 seed, okay, fine. Colts with the 2 seed is very interesting to me. He's got the Colts doing some pretty good things there and winning that division. The Ravens winning that division, being the 3rd seed. The Chiefs being the 4th seed. So he has the Chiefs winning the AFC West. And so that would set up the rest of the wild cards being the Patriots, the Texans, and the Bengals on that list. And so you're probably thinking to yourself, did I hear that correctly? Did he say that correctly? Bills, Colts, Ravens, Chiefs, Patriots, Texans, and then the Bengals. There's only one AFC West team on Sam Block's playoff list for the AFC, and that is the Chiefs winning that division. And so I don't necessarily find it like interesting that he has the Chiefs winning the division. But, dude, he has nobody else in the AFC West making it even into the playoffs as a wild card team. Big regression year, I guess, for Denver, and obviously you win all those one-score games. You're going to have that kind of regression year. And then even with the Chargers right now, who are clearly everybody's darling as the season gets ready to start, he doesn't have them in the postseason either. And I thought, to me, that was very interesting. Very bullish on the Chiefs, but not really into anybody else in this division right now.
Yeah, Ravens at the 3 seed. Have you ever had anything where like everybody else is in on and you're not, but eventually you're like, okay, now I'm in on it?
And then I realized I made the wrong decision going in with everybody.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that the Ravens right now? Because I think you, myself, and Mac are the only 3 that are just kind of like, what am I missing?
Yeah, I don't know.
You have, because I don't know, I don't know what we're missing. I don't know if I'm just being a hater. I mean, I don't hate the Ravens. I have no bad blood towards Baltimore, but I don't know what I'm missing. I mean, I know Derrick Henry is still there, ran for 1,500 yards last year.
But still a year older.
Yeah, and Lamar Jackson's still there, not the same head coach. Maybe that's what they think is what they needed.
But this guy's never been a head coach, and we're acting like he's I mean, it's just weird. Like, he took over and had more accolades than, say, if Mike Tomlin took over another team. Like, we're acting like this Jesse Minter has conquered the world.
But also, if you were going to take over a team and never have the experience, this would be like one of those said teams. You have your veteran running back, your 2-time MVP quarterback. You've got a receiver that's a veteran now that's been paid. That drama's gone. But, man, I don't know what I'm missing in Baltimore. I mean, I guess that defense and the raw talent of their offensive weapons and Henry and Jackson and Flowers, but maybe I need to see a real game first of Baltimore to kind of be like, okay, that's what people are talking about. And maybe I will. But Colts being the 2 seed, look.
Yeah,
that's a stretch to me.
No.
Because he does say Jonathan Taylor is the driving force, but Colts were 8-2 before Jones got hurt. If DJ and JT are healthy, watch out for Indy. I don't buy that smoke. I think
I don't buy Daniel Jones. That's a bitter Giants fan talking.
And maybe that's just like he had 1 year where he figured out the system and all of a sudden he's maybe like their Alex Smith. But also now there's videotape out of Daniel Jones in Indianapolis' offense. Plus he's coming off an injury.
Right.
Jonathan Taylor, they gassed him out last year.
Led the league in carries.
1,000%.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, and so you're telling me an offseason is going to get him to be 100% from running all of that last year? Like, I'm not in on the Colts. I think they could be a playoff team. But I'm really in on the Houston Texans winning that division.
Definitely.
And that's why that's why I look at that and I go, that's interesting. His predictions are very interesting. That's why I like him. He's very smart. Sam Block is very smart, right? And he's a good follow. He's a fun follow. And he's an interesting follow that is causing us to have good conversation, right? Because it makes you think a little bit like, maybe what am I missing? Why are the Colts looked at to be the second best team in the AFC this year? And all of the folks who have been on the jock of Denver and San Diego for the entire offseason,
it's 2 days.
You should be asking yourselves right now, why is this guy Sam Block, who's very smart, very educated, only picking the Chiefs to make the playoffs out of the AFC West? Because I'm more on his side than anything. I can see Denver having that regression. All of those one-score wins, guys, we saw it with our own eyes. It evens itself out. The Chargers, very interesting case study there with the head coach and then the offensive coordinator together, and then a quarterback who's canoodling and doing all his things that everybody's pissed about. So interesting to see what they're going to do. I found it very surprising. Probably the only person that's picking the Chiefs to win the division and nobody else from the West to make it into the playoffs.
I'll also add as the 4 seed.
As the 4 seed, winning the division, which makes you the worst division winner.
Yep,
which is fine.
Which also could, you could infer that, okay, he doesn't think the Chargers and Broncos are bad. He thinks they all beat each other up and they're all tied at 10-7 and Chiefs have the tiebreaker.
Maybe.
And then you get maybe what could be awesome, which is if the playoffs were like this, you get to bring New England and Mac Jones into Arrowhead as the new heir of the Patriots, and maybe Patrick Mahomes can give him a taste of what Tom Brady did to him. I know that I'm hard. Okay, that's what I was getting at.
Yes.
Well,
you know
it'll be interesting to see where the Patriots are, though. I mean, there's so much still out there that is so unknown because we've never been through a situation where a reporter has been with a coach before, and we don't know how that is going to affect things. If they get off to a good start, nobody will talk about it. If they start out 0-2 or they're 1-3 or however it is at the beginning of the season, that's all anybody is going to talk about with the New England Patriots. I'm interested to see them. That's a very interesting case study, I think, for a lot of people this year because we've never had to see a team respond to their coach having extra affairs with an insider.
I look at this and I look at the AFC just being really deep. I mean, the AFC's got a lot of really, really good teams. We talk about the NFC maybe having some of the best rosters, but they're top heavy. They don't have the depth. I mean, we haven't even mentioned obviously the Chargers and the Broncos aren't on this list. Like, I don't think the Steelers are going to be that good, but are the Steelers a 5-win team?
No, they'll win you 10 games.
I don't think they'll win you 10, but I think they'll win you 7 or 8. Like, that's a competent organization. The Jaguars were in the playoffs last year. We haven't mentioned them once.
Downfall.
Fine, but that's a team that was really good last season. Like I think what the Colts will know really early. First 3 games for the Colts: Ravens, Chiefs, Texans.
And sorry, Drake May. I got that name confused. Sorry, Drake May. I always call him Mac Jones. I don't know why.
Ravens, Chiefs, Texans
for the Colts. Yeah, dude.
If you're a Colts fan, what are you saying about those first 3 games? We got to get one.
Yeah, exactly.
Who is it? They probably think it's the Chiefs.
Well, they'd want it to be the Texans.
You want it to be the Texans
because of your division. But, yeah, they'd probably say it's the Chiefs, even though that's the one away game. That's the prime time game. Other Ravens and Texans are at home.
And you probably look at that. But just like I know how fans work. We all know. They look at that schedule. Chiefs were 6-11 last year. All right, we got to beat the Chiefs. That's our easy game.
Yeah.
We got this Baltimore game at the beginning, which playing Baltimore the first game of the season is going to be very tough.
Seems a lot of people in the comments are pissed, and they're all AFC West fans. We were 8-2 because our schedule was a joke. We should have lost to Denver. The Chargers win was actually solid, but we would have been 2-5 or 1-6 in the last 7-game stretch, regardless of Jones' injury. Somebody says sleeping on the Chargers is ridiculous. And then somebody says, bro, respectfully, never post again. How are you not going to have the team that went to the AFC Championship, went 14-3, who is even better than last year, not going to the playoffs? Retire.
Yeah, here's how it happened. You had 10 wins that were based on one score. Those even out.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'd have the Chargers somewhere in here. You guys know that, though. Big time in on them.
Yeah, I mean, they've won the offseason Super Bowl 10 the last 4
They
years.
really do. They do a great
champs.
job, man. They win more offseason championships than anybody.
You'll see.
They've done a great job. And where are those trophies? They should give a trophy out. They honestly should. Somebody should present a trophy like Tomlin was talking about yesterday, the August Lombardi winners, and he was having a great time with that. Another August Lombardi winner. But maybe that needs to be Tomlin's shtick now going forward. First game every year, he awards the offseason Lombardi to somebody.
And the hype won't go away once the season starts because they get to start out with the Cardinals and the Raiders.
Oh, God.
At home. First 2 games.
The Chargers?
Yes. They get the Cardinals and the Raiders at home. They're going to win those games by combined 60 points.
Yeah, they'll mollywop them. But again, you talk about you don't believe in a script. The NFL needs LA to do some good things this year, right? From a Charger perspective, look how they stacked that schedule early.
Really quick, the stretch after that. Bills, Seahawks, Broncos, Chiefs, Rams, Texans, Ravens.
All I hear are L's.
So you're 2-7 at some point, right?
And Carson Beck might upset them in that second game. Don't sleep on Carson Beck, man. He's back. He's ready to be a pro quarterback. Coming up on the other side, he's back. Preseason camp darlings. Who is it this year that could actually do something other than, as Bob says, win a trophy in the offseason? We'll get to it next here at 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Saquon Thornton, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, the summer gets super hot, so now you need to get a Super Light. That's right. The team that brought you Surfside is back with something new. Meet Super Light, the new vodka plus aid canned cocktail. Super Light comes in 4 classic sports drinks flavors: fruit punch, orange, lemon lime, and blue chill. And ooh, that blue chill is money, baby. With just 90 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 bubbles, Super Light delivers a refreshing taste that's perfect for any occasion. From the golf course to the bar, at night, at the concert, a day at the ballpark, Super Light is here for the moment. Look for Super Light variety packs and individual flavors at stores and bars near you. You must be 21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
Telly Tire and Auto Center's biggest sale is back. The tires at cost sale. That's right. You pay what we pay on any in-stock tires from Telly's huge inventory. Our certified techs will even mount and balance them for only $30 per tire. All that plus a 30-day ride guarantee and lifetime tire protection. Gas and grocery prices may be going up, but there's never been a better time to buy tires. Reserve yours now at TELLEtire.com before our sale ends. Take care of your car. Take it to Telly. Additional charges apply for tire disposal and road hazard warranty.
Hi, I'm Michaela, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. You found your dream engagement ring. As a jewelry consultant, I recommend to start shopping for your wedding band 6 months before your big day. Don't worry. At Shane Company, we're here to help you find the perfect bands. Our men's and women's bands are crafted to high-quality standards, and it shows in every detail, with a stylish design and comfortable fit. At Shane Company, we'll take care of your engagement ring and wedding bands for life, because a friend wants you to say, I do, to your rings again and again. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
DQ presents the Blizzard Double Flip Deal. For a limited time, when you buy 1 Blizzard treat, you get a second for just 99 cents. That's 2 Blizzards, 2 spoons, 2 flavors, and 2 flips. So don't miss out on the Blizzard Double Flip Deal, available only for a limited time and happening now at DQ. Because the only thing better than a Blizzard treat is a second Blizzard treat for just 99 cents. It's a deal to flip for. The Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Get it in the app. Participation may vary.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where 24-pack Crayola crayons are just 50 cents?
Staples has folders, notebooks, and pens at great prices.
I'm smiling from ear to ear.
It's the most wonderful time.
Mom, I missed the bus of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples, where school supplies start at just 25 cents. Staples.
That was easy.
Visit your local Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
DQ presents the Blizzard Double Flip Deal. For a limited time, when you buy 1 Blizzard treat, you get a second for just 99 cents. That's 2 Blizzards, 2 spoons, 2 flavors, and 2 flips. So don't miss out on the Blizzard Double Flip Deal, available only for a limited time and happening now at DQ. Because the only thing better than a Blizzard treat is a second Blizzard treat for just 99 cents. It's a deal to flip for. The Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Participation may vary.
The Royals and the See You in the Major Leagues Foundation are teaming up with Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City to recognize outstanding high school sports coaches through the Blue KC Coaches with Character program. From April to September, we'll recognize 6 coaches as a Blue KC Coach with Character. Each honoree will receive a VIP package that includes tickets to a Royals game and more. Be part of honoring our high school coaches whose service is making Kansas City a better place to live, work, and play. Just go to bluekc.com/nominate coaches with character to nominate today.
Chiefs coverage is brought to you by New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola.
Spring hail means big savings at New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola. Save up to $15,000 on hail damaged new and used vehicles, plus all factory incentives. But this hail of a sale won't last long. New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola. You always pay less in Paola.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Missouri side 71 northbound still heavy from 27th Street. Crawls up to 18th Street with an accident. Police and fire on the scene trying to clear that. 35 southbound slows past Vivian, stays off again on again heavy down to Antioch. 169 highway southbound still heavy approaching Inglewood for about a mile with road work there. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan traffic.
Quick programming note, don't forget, talked about it earlier, Josh Verner is going to sit down with John Sherman. We're going to play that for you on Monday at 7:20 a.m. So you, myself, Bob, Mac, everybody will hear that for the first time as Vern sits down with Royals owner John Sherman. kind of excited about that, not going to lie.
Yeah, me too.
Not going to lie. And if there's anybody that's going to sit down with John Sherman, it should be Josh Verner.
The Vernster.
Best in the game, man. And Vern ain't no slouch, so he'll do that well. We kind of love Camp Darlings, right? Everybody has one. I think before Mac left, he was like, pick your Camp Darling. Did I end up saying Cyrus Allen? Because I remember we were talking about, I said Peter Woods. You're like, well,
I'm like, that's
high
first
draft
round
pick. I was like, all right, then the Cyrus Allen kid. Boy, when you left, did his stock go?
I mean, right away.
Through the roof.
He had 2 days better than anybody you'd done see at training camp.
Became Puka Nacua. Yeah.
Haven't really heard much from him. Well, he's been hurt now. But yeah.
No. He became Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs. He became every 5th-round pick that's, been incredible.
Which is who, besides Tyreek Hill?
Puka Nacua and Stephon Diggs.
Yeah. Oh, Stephon Diggs was a 5th-round pick? I didn't know that. Okay.
Yep. And they are the same size.
Well, then they're the same player.
The same
By
guy.
God, let's go. Print the Hall of Fame speech right now for our guy Cyrus Allen, right?
So ESPN did a great article on Camp Darlings that maybe started out that way and then just end up actually becoming more than that, right? Like for Denver, it was Terrell Davis. And then he becomes, Terrell Davis. The Chiefs comes from Nate Taylor, so they go to everybody, that's the beat writer, Nate Taylor, the beat writer for the Kansas City Chiefs at ESPN. And Nate's answer was Brian Waters. I'm okay with that.
That's pretty good.
I mean, one of the best to ever do it. Obviously a guard, so he doesn't move the needle for people maybe outside of Kansas City. But Waters entered the league in 1999 as an undrafted rookie with the Cowboys. Although he was released later that summer, Waters was given a second chance in 2000 with the Kansas City Chiefs after playing in NFL Europe as a member of the Berlin Thunder. Not only did Waters earn his roster spot that year, but he went on to have one of the most impressive careers in Chiefs history. In 11 seasons, Waters started 149 games, and he was a 2-time first-team All-Pro and 6-time Pro Bowler. That is from Nate Taylor on a Camp Darling that actually went on to be a bell of the ball.
Yeah, he turned out to be fantastic. And the thing about Brian Waters is he was a defensive lineman when he was with the Dallas Cowboys and didn't make the team, obviously, as we talked about. And then he came here to Kansas City, and they go, you'd be a pretty good guard, pretty good offensive player, and they switched him to the offensive side of the football, and the rest is history. Brian Waters is a Hall of Famer and should be in the Hall of Fame. He's another one of those. We talked about golden tickets earlier. If you could, give somebody a golden ticket to the Hall of Fame, Brian Waters would be that guy. And I know Trent Green would be giving him a golden ticket as well, because Trent was even talking about it the other day about how Brian Waters belongs in the Hall of Fame on X. And I do agree with that. How do you make a case for a guard, though? It's hard, to do that for somebody not named Will Shields, right? Mm-hmm. So Brian Waters is a Hall of Famer. I don't ever remember him being a Camp Darling. He was just a camp like, I'm here and nobody's ever going to beat me out. I'm taking over this position. Jared Allen was my Camp Darling because when they drafted him out of Idaho, he was originally brought in and was drafted as a long snapper. They wanted him to replace Kendall Gammon. And then they realized that Kendall Gammon is the best that ever lived at that position, and so nobody was going to replace him. And they kind of, quote-unquote, lucked into Jared Allen on the defensive side of the football because there was a long time there that Jared Allen wasn't going to be that guy. He was just a kid from Idaho and then started to do some really good things in practice and started to get better and better and better and better. And then the only guy he couldn't beat in practice was Willie Roaf, and he would lose his mind because Willie Roaf would just toy with Jared Allen in practice, and then here you have it. So he did become a Camp Darling because they never drafted him to be a defensive player. And now look at him. He's in the Hall of Fame. A guy that was drafted as a long snapper turned into a Hall of Fame defensive end. It's a great story for Jared Allen.
Yeah, it looks like Brian Waters was a tight end and fullback.
Played those positions too. Yeah, they worked him all over. I know he played defensive line for the Cowboys for 1 year.
The Dallas Cowboys signed him as an undrafted free agent after the 99 NFL draft to play tight end and fullback. He was released during training camp, and then Nate Taylor's article goes on to say exactly what he was, which was a 11-year stud. I mean, can we see Cyrus Allen be one of these stories one day?
We need it, because that's the situation this team has put ourselves in.
Yeah, but what if Worthy, though, and Rice are very good? Then we don't need Cyrus Allen.
Well, you're not paying Rice. We've all said that. Like, none of us wants to pay Rice. So that's this season. Xavier Worthy, At best,
you're looking past this year. I'm just looking at this year right now.
Yeah, it's still 2 wide receivers. I mean, I like Tyquan Thornton. I think he could be great if they use him in other ways. I don't know if they will. That's still you still need a third and fourth guy.
Yeah, but if Worthy and Rice are doing what we expect them to do, or what we may rephrase that, what we originally expected them to do, we're not talking about a fifth round wide receiver. Like, had they been doing it up to this point, we wouldn't even be talking about Cyrus Allen. Oh, that's a nice little gadget guy that you have on maybe a third and short or something like that, right? That's how we would be talking about them, because we'd be looking and going, oh, Worthy and Rice have dominated. We don't need this guy. He's a luxury. I guarantee you we'd be calling Cyrus Allen a luxury. So that's what I'm saying. If these two guys perform like first and second round draft picks are supposed to perform this year, I'm hoping we don't need Cyrus Allen, and that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing where those two guys finally live up to their potential.
So you're paying Rice and Worthy if they have good years?
I don't know that. I have to wait to the end of the season.
Well, that's what the conversation just shifted to, because what Mac was saying was that you need Cyrus Allen to be more than just a camp darling because of everything you just mentioned of like if they were this, what if they were this? Well, they're not. And if they are for 1 year, then that goes against everything that we've talked about with giving out contracts and being like, yeah, you can't pay that guy because he hasn't shown anything other than like this 1 year of splash in the pan. So yes, you do need Cyrus Allen to be great, because if you're not going to pay Rashee Rice, whether he has a great year or not, if that's not on the table, then you need this guy to be good. And if Xavier Worthy is just a really fast athlete that can't hack it in the NFL because he can't go up against these big secondary members of defensive, backs and safeties, then you're not giving Xavier Worthy a huge contract, which means then you're left with what?
But see, I'm approaching it from the other way. I'm choosing to go in and thinking, like, I'm believing in these wide receivers. And I could be totally wrong, right? And I could have mud all over my face when it's all said and done. But I'm choosing to take the other side, and I'm choosing to believe that those two guys are going to be good this year. And again, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong on that one.
Yeah, but that's not the discussion about this year. The discussion is of the future. Like we talked about, Brian Waters went on to do 11 years. Max Crosby is the Raiders.
But what I'm saying is I can't right now look at the future because I don't even know enough about the present to even consider what the future is going to be. Because if we're writing off, and I'm not saying you are, but if we're writing off Rice and Worthy this year, then you need Cyrus Allen to be a number one wide receiver this year. And so I can't worry about if we're going to pay these guys next year. That does not factor into anything, because what we say today is completely different from what the year may end. Rice may go on and dominate, and we may we got to keep this guy. He may go on and stink up the joint, and you can't wait to get him out of the door. And so for me, the wide receiver position is just so fluid right now that I don't know what's going to happen. And I don't want to sit here and go, oh, we need Cyrus Allen to do this. And then all of a sudden you got the two guys that are ahead of him that should be doing it, playing great football, and we don't have to worry about Cyrus Allen for this season, right? Next year, that's up to them. I got to worry about this year and what I'm going to see this year before I make a decision on where I want to go in 28 or 27, I should say.
I'm terrified about the wide receivers this year. I have no belief that they're going to do well.
And that's good. I like the fact that we're completely opposite about that, because I think that's the way most people are. I don't think there's any gray area with your wide receivers this year.
I'll be the gray area.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Xavier Worthy could be great in press man coverage on long balls. Rashee Rice has been great in zone coverage. Tyquan Thornton, we have no clue who he is. We don't have anyone, and we haven't had anyone for 5 seasons who can beat man coverage quickly. Cyrus Allen, from an archetype perspective, 50-foot view, that is supposed to be what he's supposed to do. You talk about 3rd and 4. That's not a gadget play. That's an I need you play. That could be Cyrus Allen's bread and butter.
Yeah, but also, too, in an I need you play, and it just made me think of this. He ain't going to him. He's going to 87 on an I need you play. So it's going to be another year.
But the whole defense is thinking that. So we need someone who's not 87. Yeah. We need someone who can get open quickly.
Isn't it crazy, though, how everybody's thinking that and they still find ways? Like, it's so remarkable when you think about the 1587 connection, guys. It really is. Like, Mac, you just said it. You're like, everybody knows it's coming. You're right. Stop it. Oh, damn, we can't. It's bizarre.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's so bizarre. It's so automatic. It's so unbelievable.
Jacob Mizorowski, here comes my fastball. Here it is. I'm literally going to show you how I'm gripping the ball right now. I'm going to throw you a can't touch it. Coming up next, the golden ticket for somebody who should be in the Hall of Fame. Who would it be and why? 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Jaden Caney, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and baseball's back. BetMGM, the official partner of Major League Baseball, is bringing the high heat all season long. All season long, you can log into the BetMGM app and receive top-tier promos that put you in the batter's box and up the excitement for America's pastime. Step up to the plate all season with Swing for the Fences, the free-to-play game where every swing could score you rewards. We're talking parlay boost tokens, odds boost tokens, same-game parlay boosts, and even bonus spins all season long. And the action doesn't stop there. Get more out of every at-bat and every inning with MLB same-game parlay boost. Stack your picks and boost your potential payout. Plus, lock in bigger value with MLB odds boost tokens and MLB parlay boost tokens all season long. More boosts, more swings, more chances to win. Download the BetMGM app and step up to the plate today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLERS. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. Existing customer offers subject to eligibility requirements. Please gamble responsibly.
By now, you've heard that Booth Creek Wagyu steaks and beef are the best tasting, most flavorful cuts you've ever had. And if you don't believe us, try it for free. Try Booth Creek Wagyu anytime at 95th and Null or 135th and Metcalf. Stop by our store and we'll prepare a free mouth-watering sample of your selected choice cut. Heart-healthy, low cholesterol, authentic American, full-blooded Wagyu steaks and beef. We know you'll love it as much as we do. Crafted for exceptional beginnings. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution at boothcreekwagyu.com.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years guaranteed? Now through August 24th, new Xfinity customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, it keeps you protected from online threats. And get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Car wreck? Get the money you deserve. Mike's got this.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Give me one good reason why I should call DM Law.
How about 3 great reasons? 1, it's easy. 2, it's fast. 3, the results.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Heading into downtown, 71 northbound bogs down past 27th Street, crawls up to 18th with an accident. Heading 35 southbound, things slow around Vivian, stay off again on again heavy down to Antioch with ongoing construction. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Hey, it's Carter Jensen, and this is your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey Sports Station. This is Fescoe and Dusty.
I got Mahomes' balls in my hands.
On your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, yeah, football.
From potholes to pop-ups, we got it covered.
Hey!
Here's Bob Fescoe.
Take a bite out of my ass.
And Dusty Likens.
Big nuts. Back at it, final hour until we get going with the weekend. You guys got some big weekend plans coming up. Gonna be hot, that's for sure. I know pool day for me Saturday. Royals game tonight. Get to see the Royals take on the Cubbies. Get to see Pete Crow Armstrong for the first time. Kind of excited about that. Always kind of been that way my whole life. Like I remember getting kicked out of 4th grade history class. I was so excited to see Randy Johnson and Ken Griffey Jr. that my teacher just could not have me in the room anymore. And I'm sure your wife can relate to kids like that. Where it's like,
sure.
Can you just get out? I can't. Today you're too strung up. So yeah, hot weather weekend. Gonna do the Royals game tonight, and then pool day tomorrow. So
heck yeah,
a lot of Surfsides in my future.
Going to the batting cage, I think, tomorrow with friends.
That's
nice.
fun.
That'll be fun.
Will you ramp it up to see if you can hit like 85?
It's like a simulator too. So if I don't know how cool it is, so you may be able to like pick pitchers.
Yeah.
You know,
the Royals have one of those.
So see if I can hit Shohei.
I saw a guy try to hit Mizorowski the other day, and he threw 3 pitches. It was a fastball, slider, changeup. And his changeup was still like 94 miles per hour, but the fastball was 103.
Oh, that's all I would do if it's a simulator. Go against.
I want to go against guys.
Who the hell cares if you can hit? You get the experience of seeing what that's like.
Yeah. Can I touch one?
You just came up with a great idea for us for a show. Let's see if we can get Mariano Rivera and the cutter simulated.
Done.
And see. Okay, I was going to say you.
Done.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. Yeah. See if they have Rivera on there. We're getting Spector's ass out there.
Yes.
No, I'm serious.
Yes.
I mean, it's happening.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope it is.
If you could pick Mariano Rivera, I'll go down there and I'll pay for the
Bob
whole
will fund
thing.
it.
I just
to be told.
I
you
will
so.
absolutely whatever it costs. I don't care. I'll take out a small loan. Hey, Golden Oak, we need another refi, right? Like to get this guy to prove that he can't hit Mariano Rivera.
Oh, by the way, he'll be at QC Kinetics afterwards, so we got it. We can do this.
I mean, good Lord, man.
I can hit a cutter off Mario. Well, I mean, the greatest athletes in baseball in the middle of the 90s that were juiced up on steroids couldn't.
Spector was a good high school baseball player, though.
He claims that, yep.
Yep.
There's no way to prove that he wasn't.
No.
He could throw a football over the mountains.
There's no way to prove that he wasn't a good high school baseball player. He said he went to San Diego State on a recruiting visit and got recruited by Tony Gwynn, I think is what the story was.
Wow.
I don't believe that. I think he went to look at San Diego State and he saw a statue of Tony Gwynn.
Tony Gwynn couldn't even hit the cutter.
Oh.
I kid. They did play each other in the World Series, though, one year when San Diego and the Yankees faced off. I believe he was probably playing in that game.
What year was that World Series? 98? So I think it was the 98 one.
Yeah,
he was.
Yeah, because
so
99 was the Subway?
2000 was the Subway.
Okay, so it was either 98 or 99. Because
I think it was 98.
Yep, Marlins won at 97.
97 was the Marlins Indians. 98 was the Yankees. 99 was the Yankees. 2000 was the Yankees. 2001 was the Diamondbacks.
They almost won 4 in a row.
2002 was the Angels.
Yep.
2003
Marlins.
Well, yeah, the Marlins. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets fuzzy.
04, I can't remember, but 05 was the White Sox, right?
Yeah, 5 was the White Sox. 6 was the Cardinals.
Yep.
7 was somebody.
Wasn't.
2003.
Yeah, okay, it would have been right. Dang, I should have gone with my gut. Yeah, 04 was Red Sox.
Yep. Oh, that's right. I blanked that out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when the Tessie song came out. But somebody that's not in the Hall of Fame that you could go up to and say, you're now in. Who is that?
Yeah, it was fun watching these guys last night do that on the NBC Football Night in America, kind of go around and say, if I could give a golden ticket, who's it going to be?
Yeah, Tomlin had a good one.
I forget who he had.
Hines
again.
Ward, which he coached, obviously,
right.
But it was a good case.
Yeah, really good case for Hines Ward.
Yeah.
That's right, he did. He picked Hines Ward, and Jason Garrett had...
was there a Vince Wilfork mention?
Yeah, there was a Vince Wilfork. That was McCourty, I think.
Was that McCourty's?
Yeah,
because he played with Vince Wilfork.
Yeah,
Yep.
Vince Wilfork, and I forget who... Jason Garrett said. But either way, it was very entertaining to watch them do that. I'm like, oh, I'd love this because there's a lot of guys out there that belong in the Hall of Fame that just aren't getting the opportunity because there's other guys ahead of them. And that was the conversation I had with Vahe Gregorian, who is the representative for Kansas City when it comes to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We were talking about Neil Smith back in October, and I was like, man, Neil belongs in the Hall of Fame. I think Neil Smith's a Hall of Famer. You start to look at Neil Smith's numbers, and Vahe's like, yeah, you're not wrong, but there's other guys that are ahead of him that people believe, I hate to say it like this, that are more deserving of the Hall of Fame, because I always believe if you're a Hall of Famer, you're a Hall of Famer, right? You shouldn't be more deserving of the Hall of Fame than somebody else. A Hall of Famer is a Hall of Famer. And I know you can't put everybody in all at the same time, and you have to have, all this stuff every single year. But a guy like Neil Smith may never get in because there's always going to be somebody else at that position that could potentially get in over him. For me, though, it is Priest Holmes, and Priest Holmes needs to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He had one of, if not the best, 3-year stretch as a running back in the NFL. better than Terrell Davis and better than Gale Sayers, two short-timers in the NFL that were both locks to get into the Hall of Fame. And the biggest holdup for Priest Holmes, they say, is the playoff success, but he does have a Super Bowl ring, and people overlook that one that he picked up with the Baltimore Ravens. His 3-year stretch was better than the 3-year stretch of Terrell Davis and better than the 3-year stretch of Gale Sayers. Priest Holmes deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Case could be made, for sure. Text line says Kenny Lofton or Jim Edmonds would be their case for a Hall of Famer, or Torrey Holt at this point, because he's been
Torrey deserves to be in, too. That's another scam that he's not in the Hall of Fame yet.
How was it better than Terrell Davis's 3-year stretch?
Okay, so career games in the 3-year stretches when they both played their best 3 years, right? Priest Holmes played 113 games. Terrell Davis played 78. Priest Holmes had 80.
In the 3-year stretch.
In the 3-year.
Talk to me that 3-year stretch.
That's what I'm talking to you about. 3-year stretch.
It's not 78 games and 108 whatever games.
Career games.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Oh, the 3-year stretch?
3-year stretch.
For Priest Holmes, his best 3-year stretch, 6,633 scrimmage yards, 61 touchdowns. Terrell Davis, 6,187 scrimmage yards, 49 touchdowns. Gale Sayers, 5,392 scrimmage yards, 38 touchdowns. Priest Holmes beats both of those guys.
He had, I'm seeing he had, maybe a little more overall scrimmage. He had 300 more rushing yards, 3 less touchdowns, Terrell Davis. Overall total touchdowns, 58 to 61 total touchdowns. But he has Offensive Player of the Year twice, and he was Super Bowl MVP and an MVP. Regular season.
He did get all that, but Priest Holmes also was Offensive Player of the Year, won a rushing title.
Yeah.
First team All-Pro 3 times, 61 touchdowns over the course of 3 seasons, 94 total touchdowns too. Terrell Davis had 64 touchdowns, and Gale Sayers only had 56. Like, all the arguments that people make against Priest Holmes, I can just spin and say, but you're not making those cases for Terrell Davis and for Gale Sayers. Gale Sayers never played in a playoff game either.
Yeah.
So you can't say the postseason stuff there. So what is the holdup with Priest Holmes getting in? Because in that 3-year stretch where these guys were the greatest, Priest Holmes was better than both of those guys. Priest Holmes played longer than both of those guys. Priest Holmes had better stats than both of those guys. Why isn't Priest Holmes in the Pro Football Hall of Fame? It doesn't make any sense to me. And those are always the two guys that they are compared to, is Terrell Davis and to Gale Sayers. And he was, quite frankly, overall, other than being the Super Bowl MVP, better than those guys. And again, unless you're the quarterback or the coach, team success shouldn't hurt or help you get into a Hall of Fame.
You talk about what you had mentioned, how you said there's other guys that are more deserving. There's a name that you don't mention that was right after that era of maybe Priest, but Sean Alexander's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, another good one.
And he's an MVP winner. He's one of 5 NFL MVPs to not be in the Hall of Fame. 1 of 5.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's not in there. And I think he would probably be more deserving than Priest. I mean, from 01 to 05, Sean Alexander was a machine. 14, 16, 14, 16, 27 touchdowns. 1,300, 1,100, 1,400, 1,600, 1,880 were the rushing yards. Now, again, this is back in the running days still. They 309 attempts, 295, 326, 353, 373. By the way, in that stretch, he did not miss a game. Didn't start until about week 4 in 2001, and then just took off. I mean, didn't even start. He started 12 games and still ran for 1,314 touchdowns, led the league. And then had the 27, which I think also led the league.
So Sean Alexander had 123 career games, Priest Holmes 113. Sean Alexander, almost 9,500 rushing yards. Priest Holmes, almost 8,200. Scrimmage yards, Priest Holmes beats him. Has more scrimmage yards than Sean Alexander. Total touchdowns, yes, Sean Alexander is good. And you mentioned he did it for about 5 years. But during his 5 years, 108.6 peak scrimmage yards per game. Priest Holmes was at 137.4 scrimmage yards per game. I mean, that's insane, guys. That's nuts.
That's insane.
Wow. The other MVPs not in the Hall of Fame: Boomer Esiason, Rich Gannon, Joe Theismann, and Ken Anderson.
Say those names again.
The 5 that are not in. Yeah. Sean Alexander, Boomer Esiason, Rich Gannon, Joe Theismann, and Ken Anderson.
I mean, 2 Cincinnati quarterbacks. I am fine with that.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
List. Yeah.
I don't think Boomer's a Hall of Famer.
No.
Just because you won the MVP. Boomer's he's the Hall of Very Good.
Yeah, there's a bunch of these guys.
Rich Gannon, same thing.
Gannon had like 2 years in Oakland.
Yeah.
314 says Steven Jackson.
Great running back.
Yeah, Hall of Very Good.
Yeah. I think my golden ticket, if I gave it to anybody in any sport, just goes to Bonds. I mean, I get it.
Total sham.
Never will get in, but should. He's the greatest baseball hitter I've ever seen. If you want to have fun on Baseball Reference, go to Barry Bonds' Baseball Reference page.
It's nuts.
Bob and I do it once a month. I'll go in there and be like, did you know in 2001? It's
like Barry. I mean, and the Tony Gwynn one is awesome too.
Yeah.
Like how many strikeouts Tony Gwynn had. Like you ate more donuts this morning than Tony Gwynn had strikeouts in his career. One more on Priest Holmes, though. This is pretty cool too, I think. When you look at, what he was able to do, he scored 61 touchdowns in just 48 games from 01 to 03. How's this guy not in the Hall of Fame?
Hello, America.
How many of those offensive linemen are in the Hall of Fame?
You got Willie and Will. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Waters should be in. He's a Hall of Famer too.
40% of your offensive line that you played before is Hall of Famers. That's really good.
Yeah.
And the only reason I bring that up is because how much do they put that into? I mean, I know that
people have said that he played behind a good line, but you can't hold that against the guy.
No, but it's a factor. I get it. It's hard. It's so tough in these conversations. Yeah. Because Jamal Charles,
Jamal's a Hall of Famer too.
Yeah, and if he gets those carries, which he didn't, he would have more yards, and he didn't have that offensive line, and he did, so but that what ifs? That's a lot of ifs. That's not Hall of Fame. I don't know. It's tough.
It is tough. Something that's not tough is who has most to prove coming up in this season for the Kansas City Chiefs. We dive into that here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City, it's Omar Norman Lott. You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 are doing great things here around Kansas City. They're trying to help everybody out because they have one mission, and that's to build strong partnerships between their members, business partners, customers, and community. And there is zero cost to become a partner contractor with the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. So if you're an architectural sheet metal contractor, they'll provide a flexible workforce for your project demands, timelines, and economic conditions. And when you partner with the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2, you're connected to elite craftsmanship. Our members install metal roofing, siding, and decorative features on our region's most landmark buildings, like the top of Bartle Hall, the Kaufman Performing Arts Center, and the iconic crown at Kaufman Stadium. Plus, they'll provide manpower specifically for the architectural sheet metal community. There's no downside. It's completely free with zero obligation. Just straightforward information on how they can help grow your business and your profit margins. Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. We're an old union with a new perspective on business. Learn more at sheetmetal2.org.
The last 3 days of our summer sale are here. Save from 30 to 50% on suits, sports coats, and sportswear at Peter's Clothiers. Find the look you want at the price you'll love. Visit Peter's Clothiers at 124th and State Line.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Sometimes it feels like the news is full of things that have never happened before, and that is not exactly true. In fact, it may have happened this very week, hundreds or thousands of years ago. I'm Sally Helm, host of the podcast History This Week from the History Channel. Trade embargoes? Thomas Jefferson tried them. Rent too high? We've been arguing about that for a while. Each episode is proof. The past isn't that far away. Listen to History This Week, available now on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Men, erectile dysfunction can affect much more than just your sex life. It can create stress in relationships, leading to feelings of anxiety or embarrassment, and impact your overall confidence and well-being. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. and we specialize in treating men's sexual health issues to help men find solutions that fit their individual needs. ED is a frustrating condition, and many men suffer for years without seeking treatment. But the good news is that if you're like most men, we have the answer. Our licensed medical providers will evaluate your specific medical situation and recommend a plan designed for you. And these advanced medical therapies work, with treatments having success rates of well over 90%, which means you and the one you love can have great sex again without the fear and worry of ED. You can even last up to an hour or more, and you may just find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Today, expect a high of 88 with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms.
Weather brought to you by Staples. It's the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech and more at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Moving right along on a Friday. I got a fear for Fridays. I'm always revved up, thirsty, and ready to drown when it comes to the weekend. Going to be a fun weekend. Going to be a hot weekend, as it looks still pretty gloomy out there. But, again, most approved this year for the Kansas City Chiefs. Player, maybe coach, maybe it's Spags. I don't know. He's got a lot of young guys on this team. Can he prove that they can be ready for week one? We know Spags is one of those guys that likes to make you earn it, have your spot on there. We talk about Noah Williams a lot, right, Mac, Maury? We want to see Noah Williams get that shine. Yep. He looks like, for a lot of people that love football and write about football, he seems to be a breakout candidate. Maybe not nothing to prove, but for me, it's Andy Reid. And I knew we were going to get a text about this, and it was recorrected because it's like, I can't believe that Andy Reid's been to 5 Super Bowls, won 3, and people are saying if he doesn't do well this year, he's on the hot seat. I'm not saying that. I don't have any sort of indicator of the temperature of his seat. I don't even think there's a seat that's even remotely close for Andy Reid. Now, what we can talk about is that the offense that we once fell in love with on game days, which once was often duplicated, never duplicated by others in the league. We all go back to the the New England game when Kareem Hunt was running the wheel routes and doing all these weird passes. The next couple of weeks, it'd be like, if you think you've seen this play before, it's because you have. It was the Kansas City Chiefs week 1 against the Patriots. Here's what they did. And other teams started to do that because Andy Reid was so innovative with that offense. Now, again, those few years then and after, you had Tyreek Hill in his prime, Travis Kelce in his prime. Patrick Mahomes was still the world's biggest firework because you didn't know what show you were going to get. You didn't know how long the finale was going to last, but you knew it was going to be spectacular. And then this last 2 to 3 years, the offense has been kind of stale. Now, again, you can blame the weapons around Patrick Mahomes, or maybe you can blame the fact that they haven't had a running back that can be capable of absolutely taking over a game. Well, the Chiefs went out and did that this year. They went and got Ken Walker. And Mahomes has never had a 1,000-yard running back in his tenure in Kansas City. To think about that is insane. And the Chiefs haven't had a 1,000-yard running back since 2017. That's 9 years ago, fellas. I was 30 years old the last time the Chiefs had a 1,000-yard rusher. So Andy Reid, not that I think that his career is on the line, but getting a guy like Ken Walker, who we think is pretty damn good and can control a game and be that closer where it's like, hey, there's 5 minutes left in the game. Mahomes, you don't need to go out there and make little passes and continue to move the chains. We've got a guy now that we believe can do that. So I'd like to see what Andy Reid can prove to us about how he's revamped or rechanged or given a new identity to what this offense can be. I'm excited to see that and see what he can prove to us.
Mac, who do you have on your list? Because I have a much longer list, if you will, for many different reasons of who is under scrutiny or however you want to say it, pressure this year for this organization, because I think when you look at certain different pockets of society, there are different people that are under different sorts of pressure elsewhere. So I want to get to yours first before I, wax poetically.
No, that's fair. There's a lot of names that you could mention here and a lot of names coming in the text line as well. I'll go Ken Walker, though. Mm-hmm. I think it's for a couple of different reasons. One, this is the first time he's been in this situation. He's never been the bell cow. He's never been the number one on a team. He was in a split backfield with Zach Charbonnet, and he was on an offense that had a great offensive line, the best wide receiver in football, and a bunch of other stuff that people could focus on, one of the best defenses in football. This team doesn't have that. This roster's thinner. They're in a retooling sort of year, a building block year, and a lot of what they're building is going to be based on number 9 and his ability to run the football, get them ahead of the chains on early downs, and he is kind of Mahomes' number one option, whether we like it or not. This offense is going to go or stop because of K9.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that. I think we talk ad nauseum about so many other positions, but it really is up to the running back. If Kenneth Walker has a good year, this offense is going to be dynamic, and it's going to be so much fun to watch. And so we just don't know what that dynamic year, if that dynamic year is going to be anything, what that dynamic year is going to be for Ken Walker. So, yeah, he's on my list. I've got about 4 people on there, Mac, that I want to put on the list. Number 1 is Josh Simmons. And, again, these are people for me most to prove. Not for me, but I think for people, they've got a lot to prove. Josh Simmons has a lot to prove to a lot of Chiefs fans, right? There's a lot of Chiefs fans that question whether or not Josh Simmons is going to be, I don't know, part of this team going forward. Can we rely on him? So there are a lot of Chiefs fans that Josh Simmons has to prove himself to. Patrick Mahomes is another guy on my list because I think he has a lot to prove to the national media at this point in time, right? Now, maybe it's not as much today as it was a week ago. I think most of the national media is looking at Patrick Mahomes and going, okay, this guy's back. Let's go, morning in America again. Here we go. Patrick Mahomes is playing great football. But we'll have to wait and see after that first game on Monday night where everybody is on him. Walker, I'm with you for the obvious reasons on him. And I think for a lot of people in Kansas City as well, I think Nick Bolton needs to have a big year because when you start to look at moves that can be made at the end of the season and money that can be shed or money that doesn't need to be reinvested, Nick Bolton may be one of those guys that may be on the outside looking in if he doesn't go out there and have a better season than he's had over the last couple, too.
I like the Josh Simmons one. I think that's probably the one the fan base is probably, if you did a poll question. And
I think for fans,
and you did Simmons, Worthy, Rice, and I don't know, Bolton. I don't think a lot of people would vote for Bolton because I don't know what I guess, stop the run game. But, I think Josh Simmons would be one that a lot of people are like, yeah, dude, importance of position, the way last year went, and what we've been told. You put all that together, it's like, okay, then prove that to me, that this is what you can be. Like, you are a wall, prove it. Right? Like those things that go to Josh Simmons because you're also protecting Patrick Mahomes who's coming off the knee surgery. And I think Mahomes, I don't know what he has to prove. Maybe the fact that he's re-identified.
He better play like it's 2019 all over again. And I'm being facetious in a sort of way. But I think that's the only way that people aren't going to constantly question Patrick Mahomes' knee this entire season, right? First pass he misses, didn't look like he could put pressure on the knee to get enough behind it. We're going to hear stuff like that about Patrick Mahomes and all that kind of nonsensical stuff. So that's why I'm thinking Patrick Mahomes, if he goes out and duplicates 2018, 2019 and puts up those type of gaudy numbers, people will believe that he's back. But if Josh Simmons doesn't play the way that I know he's going to play, if Ken Walker doesn't play the way that I know he's going to play, then it ain't going to matter what the wide receivers do because those are the 2 guys that are really going to be key to setting up this entire offense. Your left tackle gives you that continuity along the offensive line. If your left tackle's bad, then your left guard has to make up for the left tackle. The center has to make it. It just has a domino effect down the line. We've seen that. If your running back is good and reliable and credible and you have a credible running game, then the entire passing game is going to take care of itself. And so we want to see if these wide receivers are going to have success. If Josh Simmons has success and Ken Walker is the guy that they paid $13 million a year for, then I do believe that those wide receivers in quarterback and passing game are going to have success.
Text line says Harrison Butker.
It's a good one. It's a really good one. I love that. I love that text because
it's a bunch of guys, man.
It really is.
Is that bad?
It's bad.
Butker
That's bad.
Butker, him listening to him yesterday, I'm hoping he figured it out. But he said he's been trying to figure out kickoffs and not focusing on field goals and trying to figure out the right kickoff has screwed up his ability to kick field goals and kickoffs. So he's not focusing on the kickoffs now. He's only focused on the field goals and the extra points. Fine. That's all that matters, really.
Yeah, I mean, you have 3 coach texts right in a row. Dave Tobe, absolutely on the same wavelength with Harrison Butker. Chad O'Shea from the 417, he's got all this hype as the wide receiver whisperer.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the hype proven right. And then 816 says EB. You talk about accountability, all this stuff. He's the missing link. We need him back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of guys with a lot to prove. I would say, Dusty, that is bad. That's not what I want. Right. I don't want a bunch of question marks. Drew Tranquil's on this list. I mean, you look at every text, it's someone different. Noah Gray, who sucked last year. Sucked.
Yeah, but I wouldn't I know Drew Tranquil's more of a player than Noah Gray is, obviously, but I wouldn't even be thinking of Noah Gray on this list. I was just thinking more along the lines of the storylines that we've heard all off season long.
Yeah.
Which ones are we going to erase early? I think the Josh Simmons one will be erased by halftime of the Monday night game. Can we all agree on that?
First drive.
Yeah, first drive maybe. Yeah, but halftime, once everybody regroups and they go, oh, this Josh Simmons is really good.
Yep.
By halftime of the first game, the Mahomes question will be answered, I think. We will not know enough about the offense to have a question answered about Ken Walker at halftime, whether or not they're going to utilize him enough in the game plan. That won't be out there. And I also think, the defense – we got to give that a couple of weeks. I've said that. And we've all agreed that the first 8 quarters, just kind of let it go. So we can't all react and lose our minds if the defense isn't outstanding on the first 2 games of the season, because I don't think it's going to be. I think by week 3 is when this defense is going to get turned around and start going for it. Is that an actor or is that real that I'm watching on TV right now? That little guy with a mustache?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Oh, my God. This guy's trying to sell me a shower, and he's like 4 foot tall with a mustache. What the hell was
Little
that?
mole with a gippy leg.
I mean, that is
Cliff, Boney Bob.
hysterical. There he is. See that guy?
Oh yeah, that guy's real. That's Jameis Winston he's with. Are there 10 prove-it players then? And we can do the
10?
out loud
Oh, yeah.
conversation.
10 for sure.
Start defense. Karlaftis.
Yeah, big time. We didn't even mention him.
Bolton.
Yes.
Tranquil.
Yes.
Okay, so there's 3 just now. I don't think Jones is there. We know what we're getting.
Yeah,
there's nothing really that he has to prove.
I mean, if you're just talking like starters like Chamari Connor, like if you look at guys' coverage rates and passes completed and completion percentage against players, like he is one of the worst last season. Could not cover. They're playing him out of position, but that doesn't matter. He's playing that position.
To play out of position last year, though.
He hasn't. No, he hasn't. No, that's that. In my opinion, I completely disagree. He's
I said maybe they needed him to play out of position last year because of injuries and who knows what else went on. Again, last year was very weird.
But this has been multiple years, Bob. It's not just a one-year thing, and we could go back. Since Spagnuolo's been here, that has been a thing that's happened. Not playing young guys. Same with Andy Reid. Not playing young guys. This is not a last-year problem. I think that is a bad road to go down to. That is dangerous. You are going to repeat what happened last year. If you go, oh, well, that's just a last year problem. No. This team has had problems for multiple years that have been covered up by great rosters, good draft picks, Patrick Mahomes, the second best quarterback of all time. Yeah, but those things aren't here anymore. The one thing that I said is still here, and that's Patrick Mahomes. So that won't cover it all up.
Well, we don't know what these guys are going to do. That's the other thing about this season. We literally don't know.
Of course.
And that's why I think, but it's different than other seasons. Like you would know walking into the season, this guy's going to be good, that guy's going to be good. We don't know about our wide receivers. I've never been so, I don't want to even use the term confused, but in a wonderment about what a position is going to do like I am with these wide receivers. Because they could be outstanding and they could be dog crap. They could be somewhere in the middle where you're just like, it's neither good nor bad. I don't like it. Like, I don't know. I've never been this kind of confused going into the season on what to expect out of a certain position group because I just don't know what these wide receivers and what the new coach is going to bring as well. I mean, it's interesting because what they have told us, and we have said this ad nauseum, they have told us that they as an organization don't believe that talent was an issue at that wide receiver position. They have accomplished a lot in their careers in multiple organizations. I'm not here to argue with Andy Reid. If he believes that those guys are talented, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. He made the change at the wide receiver coach. We've never seen a marquee coach like this change in a position group either here in Kansas City. So for me, it's just like this is a weird season for that position group because there is so much, in my opinion, unknown right now about the wide receivers. They could either be great, they could be dog poop, they could be whatever. But I mean, it's just such a hard position for me to wrap my arms around right now and figure out what's going to happen because it's been so all over the place. It's been so scatterbrained with that group.
This is one that I didn't have on the list. Prove it. KC Media has a lot to prove. all the nonstop negativity when Mahomes was winning MVP on way to Arrowhead Invitational, will you admit you were wrong? Or will you hide behind the we just had questions, we weren't negative down on the Dynasty team? I think KC Media is my favorite to prove it.
I don't understand that text at all. It doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't.
To prove
what negativity have we had with Mahomes?
I mean, that's all just gibberish. That's just somebody screaming into a voice to text because they're pissed off on a Friday, I guess. I mean, that doesn't even that's not even coherent.
And this happened on my solo week as well. Having questions about a team is not negative.
No,
that is real. That is realistic. We have to have questions about this team. There are a lot of guys that we have not seen, a lot of new coaches coming on board.
Yeah.
Having questions about an NFL team that went 6-11 last year is merited.
That's fine.
That's justified.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about the three-peat anymore. I do not. Because if we are going to have a second half of Patrick Mahomes that is what it should be, which is another 3 or 4 Super Bowl appearances and hopefully 2 or 3 more wins, then you need to have some serious changes be made. And that has to start right now, 2026.
You know what? Maybe they want to. You know what? I'll tell you what, guys. That was the best damn 6-11 season I've ever seen. I mean, insane. The way he handled that injury and, wanted to come back. I mean, come on, man. That was a great 6-11 team.
Get bent. I don't understand what he's talking about. Are we taking it all back? And that text just didn't make any sense. That was gibberish.
And we're all in on Mahomes. We've never not been in on Mahomes. There's no, we're all,
Who was ever out on Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah.
Well, apparently the KC Media.
Who?
I don't know.
I don't know. I do not know about
Does
that.
Rob Ren think he's washed?
Maybe, and that's fair. And don't lump me into the same category as him and Carrington.
And practice has gotten started over there in St. Joe. Not practicing for the Chiefs today. Trey Smith, Xavier Worthy, Drew Tranquill, Bassa, Jeff Bassa, obviously, Christian Fulton, L'Jarius Sneed, and Ashton Gelati. Wide receiver Cyrus Allen has returned.
Good. It could be a veteran day off for a lot of those guys. They've had, 4 straight practices up there, right?
Well, yesterday was like a walkthrough.
Was it a walkthrough yesterday?
Yeah.
Or did it get kind of screwed up because of the rain, too?
Yeah,
sometimes Andy will do that, do a walkthrough, and then give some guys the day off the next day just to get them off their legs a little bit. So when you see who's not practicing, I never get worried about that until we hear afterwards if there's something, because a lot of times people freak out and they go, dude, it's a veteran day off. This happens a lot.
That's where my mind went. It's like, hey, Trey, maybe that Peter Woods guy, wore you out. It's okay.
Exactly. And you need to give guys that, that's what a good leader does, recognizes when somebody needs a day. Hey, man, I got you.
Yeah, somebody says, why are we asking to trade Mahomes?
Yeah. 913 says, Mac just called him the second best QB of all time. Yeah. There's no.
Yeah, he is. Right now he is. Yeah, absolutely. I was looking at a list the other day of, the greatest player in NFL history to wear each number, right? And I'm like, let me see if they got. Of course they do have Patrick Mahomes at number 15 already, right? And I forget who he beat out. Bart Starr is who he beat out. Nice. And Bart Starr won the first 2 Super Bowls. And I think they won 4 straight championships with the Green Bay Packers back in those days, 2 before the Super Bowl and the first 2 Super Bowls. So, I mean, for Patrick Mahomes to already, be in that category where they're saying he's the greatest to wear number 15, he's beating out Hall of Famers. Like, we're done with the I think. Patrick Mahomes is the second greatest quarterback that we've seen behind Tom Brady.
Yes.
Yeah. Talent-wise.
And Joe Montana's in that conversation as well. It's those 3 and everybody else right now, at least for my money.
Maybe Peyton.
That same number, talking about KC Media, says having questions isn't negative. Having the tone and the clearly leaning the negative side of every question is what's negative.
You don't know what you're listening to, pal. I mean, seriously, that's another just dumb text, because if you've listened, I bloviate over the Chiefs constantly and give them the benefit of the doubt and believe in everything that they're doing because they've proven it.
Just yesterday when we listened to Mad Dog, I passed on the audio because he wasn't talking about the other parts of this team that I believe to be good, which one of them is the defensive line that I mentioned to you yesterday, Bob.
Defensive line's going to be pretty damn good this year. I think
they're going to be good this year.
You're going 8 deep. I mean, you really are.
They have question marks.
But top 3 draft picks.
That's a positive leaning question. I feel
good
about that.
Huge positive right there for this team. Mahomes, huge positive, too.
Texan also thinks we should trade Patrick Mahomes or Kenny Pickett. But somebody that's proven his worth is Peter Woods. Mm-hmm. And this was his defensive coordinator, Spags, talking about Peter Woods.
Now, pizza.
Well, I had to do it. I'm sorry. Spags loves pizza, and so does Dusty. So if you ask me what I want for my birthday meal tonight, it's...
Now, pizza. Pizza's one of them thick, good-looking D-lines. I swear the way they're supposed to look, right? I think he's got a ways to go. I mean, some of these younger guys, aren't really used to the way we do things. I'm talking about all the little things, running in and out of the huddle, all that stuff. And that's for all the rookies. And Pete's right in there with that crew. But when he does get his feet right, he does keep his pad level low, he's a pretty good football player. So it's our job to get him to do that every down, and hopefully that. And he's a willing guy. I like him. He's a smart, good football player.
Not a lot to work with there, right? Like not a lot, I should say, a lot to work with, not a lot to fix on that guy. Pad level feet and running in and out of the huddle. If those are the three things that are holding back Peter Woods right now on this team, he's going to be a superstar, right? I mean, you're looking at this guy as a raw rookie week one, and they're like, well, he's not quite ready. Work on his footwork a little bit, pad level a little bit lower, and he needs to run in and out of the huddle. Those are three things that can be fixed in an afternoon.
And I think that's, now that I've heard that quote 3 times, I think the best part about it is because when you think about what he's saying is the line that I like that he goes, not all these young guys are used to how we do things. And every team is different. Everybody is, in a way, their own when it comes to coaching tactics. And that's one of those things is like Spags wants him to be completely polished. Like, Mac, when you left college and did a bunch of broadcasting and did stuff like that, a lot of that stuff had to be buffed out and polished before you, went to do other things in your life.
Oh, yeah.
And there's little things you have to know, like what are your target times for your show? What are, things that people tend to gravitate towards that you would never have thought about just being a regular listener? And, how endorsements work, all that sort of inside stuff. It's kind of the same thing. Like, do you have the voice? Yes. Do you have the talent? Yes. But do you know the nits and bits and, the nuts and bolts of everything that comes with it? Yeah, it's during this drive and a 2-minute drill on defense, you have to be here. You have to have this ready. You have to know where you're going. Does Peter Woods look like he passed the eye test of somebody that could dominate on a defensive line? Smash. Better believe it. But it's the other things that can make him that much better, right? Take the Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the Niners. They didn't know what to call with that coin flip. They didn't. They just said, we're going to let our defense rest because they just went on the field. Hey, timeout, Kyle Shanahan. You know that they get a chance to score with unlimited amount of time no matter what you do, and now you have the pressure to go down and score a touchdown, whereas now they don't have the pressure because all they've got to do is either kick a field goal or score, and time is irrelevant. So it's little things that can make guys like Peter Woods that much better than maybe he already is, dominating guys like Trey Smith, putting up his own against guys like Josh Simmons. So I like what Spags says. I get what he's saying. It's fun to be sarcastic, obviously. Like, well, can he put his chin strap on? Does he know where his helmet is when he's going to be pulled into the game and pulled out of the game at a rapid pace? So I don't know, man. Like, Peter Woods is going to be fun to watch.
All right, here's what we're going to do. Fan Cash Fridays are powered by Fanatics Sportsbook, America's fastest-growing sportsbook. Be the 10th caller on the 96.5 The Fan contest line at 913-576-7965 for your chance to, or 7865 it is, right?
Yeah, it is.
7865. Spec giving us the wrong number here. The Fan contest line, 913-576-7865 for your chance to win $100 in fan cash from Fanatics Sportsbook every single Friday. Winning hits different here. And so what we're going to do, the 10th caller right now to 913-586-7965, you're going to have an opportunity to go out there and win $100 in fan cash. And we're going to do this every single Friday until the end of the year. So every Friday in the 920 segment, you're going to have a chance to win that $100 in fan cash from Fanatics Sportsbook. So caller 10 right now will be our winner. And so we'll announce that coming up in a minute.
Coming up on the other side, we get to our Richards of the Week. I can't wait for Max. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Kyra Stonga, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you something. My friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control know how to make a front yard look awesome. And like I say all the time, if they can make our front yard look awesome, then they can do the same for you, because I guarantee you what your yard looks like right now is nothing what our yard looked like for over a decade of just trying to catch up and figure things out. We just couldn't do it anymore. And so, you know what? Here we go. We're calling Aspen Lawn and Pest Control and getting the college-educated pros out here to do the job done the correct way the first time. And they did. They nailed it. They knocked it out of the park. They're awesome. And we love our yard because of those college-educated professionals. And now we're able to enjoy all the hard work that they've put in to making our yard look awesome. We sit outside a lot. And now we have the mosquito dome out there that keeps the mosquitoes, the fleas, the ticks all out of our yard and keeps us ready to go all spring and summer long. It's safe for us and it's safe for our dog as well. Right now, Aspen's going to get you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55-plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important, trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
While the world watches the stars at the FIFA World Cup this summer, Hyundai has its eyes on the next generation of talent. The future stars who are already turning heads at age 14. Because next doesn't wait for an invitation. And neither do we. Hyundai has always moved the future within reach. We did it when we made advanced safety standard on every vehicle and engineered EVs with ultra-fast charging capability. Because the future isn't some far-off concept. It's already here. Next starts now. Hyundai, an official partner of FIFA.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
DQ presents the Blizzard Double Flip Deal. For a limited time, when you buy 1 Blizzard treat, you get a second for just 99 cents. That's 2 Blizzards, 2 spoons, 2 flavors, and 2 flips. So don't miss out on the Blizzard Double Flip Deal, available only for a limited time and happening now at DQ. Because the only thing better than a Blizzard treat is a second Blizzard treat for just 99 cents. It's a deal to flip for. The Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Participation may vary.
Hey, Kansas City, it's Johnny Dare. Everyone shopping New Century Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram and Paola have been saving an unbelievable amount of money on brand new trucks, Jeeps, and SUVs that have slight cosmetic damage from the spring hailstorm. New Century has a wide variety of these vehicles left that are priced to sell. Save thousands and still receive all the factory incentives. Go see my friends at New Century Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram while these deals last. Remember, you'll always pay less in Paola.
See dealer for details.
Go to 965thefan.com for your chance to win Kansas City Chiefs scratch tickets, plus a chance for the grand prize Chiefs bundle, which includes a framed jersey and a signed photo. All thanks to our friends at the Kansas Lottery.
All right, let's get to it. Barbarone.
All right, it is Fan Cash Fridays. They're powered by Fanatics Sportsbook. Every Friday through the end of the year, America's fastest-growing sportsbook, Fanatics, is going to give you a chance to win. So be that 10th caller on 96.5 The Fans contest line at 913-586-7965 for your chance to win $100 in Fan Cash from Fanatics Sportsbooks every Friday. Winning hits differently here. And we got our guy, Dennis, is on the line. Dennis, you're our big winner. Where are you calling in from today, my man?
Awesome, thanks, KC Mo.
There you go. What's your big bet for the upcoming football season? You got any good ones for us?
Chiefs Rams in the Super Bowl.
I love it. I said that to somebody the other day, man. Chiefs Rams in the Super Bowl would be a home run. Dennis, we appreciate it. Thanks for participating in our contest. We're going to do it every Friday in the 9:20 segment. Fan Cash Fridays, powered by Fanatics Sportsbooks. Let's go.
Rams Chiefs Super Bowl. That is not a Richard, but we can get into our Richards of the week.
Oh, Richard, I'm so happy. Hold me.
Richard of the week.
Not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
It's great. Richard of the week. Mine's kind of disgusting, but it definitely warrants a Richard of the week nominee. I feel like someday we'll have to go back and get all these, but my Richard of the week goes to a moviegoer at a movie theater to see Spider-Man, the last installment. The movie theater had to be evacuated because this guy just kept on farting in the movie theater. So bad that people were distracted from the film, getting up out of the theater because he just kept ripping ass.
So I don't go to movies.
And there's one guy in a Spider-Man mask and like outfit, like going all out. Couldn't be in the movie because some guy's just in there ripping guts while you're trying to watch Tom Holland just give on a masterpiece. But this guy's out here letting KC masterpiece out of his ass in the entire movie theater. You know how bad your guts have to be for an entire movie theater to be like, I can't take this. I'm out. I mean, Bob's not wrong. Like, it's hard for me to go to movie theaters because there's nothing worse in the world. Someone farted on the plane coming back from Gulf Shores, had too much grouper, something. It was horrible. You had guts on the plane, or somebody did?
Yeah, someone next to me, and it was.
And you can't go anywhere.
Simone and I were like, dude, what is this? Dude, come on.
It's ass, is what it was.
It sucks, though. You feel bad for that guy, though. I mean, we've all been in that spots where you have the bubble guts. It's not a good thing, right? BBL stinky.
Correct.
I mean, like you're on vacation for a quick weekend. You go out on Saturday night, you have dinner, you get food poisoning. I mean, how are you supposed to fly the next day, right?
But if you've got that in a movie theater and you have no care in the world, you can get up in the movie theater and go out into the bathroom. Or maybe go get a refund at the front desk and be like, hey.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't want to tell you why, but I have to leave. It's a health concern. They'd be like, hey, man, no problem.
Nothing in the studio. It's all involving me. You know, just let them know that real fast.
Yeah, there's no problem with the seat. There's no problem with the film. There's no problem with the person next to me. Nobody's crying. But my ass is crying. Richard of the week, bad. Man, it just rips guts in the movie theater and ruined it for everybody. Had to be evacuated. Everybody had to leave.
Yeah, you're ruining it for others. And
that's a Richard moment.
And that's reminded as well. When you do something in public that ruins things for other people, you suck, okay? Yeah. Regardless if it's a movie theater, a concert, a show, a sporting event, or an airline. Because if you didn't know, there's usually somebody that was in the law enforcement probably on your plane at one point. A lot of former cops out there. If you're flying from Jersey to Fort Lauderdale and 174 people, you probably should not start fighting the flight attendant when they cut you off.
Oh.
Okay.
When they cut you off, told you you've had too much. You don't escalate the situation. So for the final 45 minutes, this guy's getting belligerent with the flight attendant, getting belligerent. While on that plane is the former Minneapolis chief of police and 2 New Jersey sheriffs.
You're screwed.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Now, you don't know these people are obviously on the plane. And so here's what the guy said, who was the former police chief in Minneapolis. He goes, about like for the last 45 minutes of the flight, all the flight attendants came over. They were incredible, incredibly professional, just trying to talk to this guy to de-escalate things. According to O'Hara, who's the police chief, the passenger became increasingly agitated after flight attendants refused to serve him more booze, a detail they said they later learned from the sheriff's department as to why all this was going on. The man reportedly continued chatting profanities and making threatening remarks before the encounter turned physical. It was infuriating to hear a man speak to these women who were just incredibly professional and trying to keep everybody safe that way for so long, O'Hara said. And finally, he just kind of got up and lunged towards them. That's when two passengers seated near the back of the aircraft grabbed the man from behind as O'Hara rushed forward from the front of the plane. The three men worked together, restrained the passenger using plastic flex cuffs before securing him back into his seat so the flight attendants could take their seat and the plane land safely.
Yeah, get bent.
Yeah, come on, man.
To go back to, if you think I'm being not truthful about this, a Spider-Man brand new day screening was evacuated after an audience member let off a fart so rotten that it was unbearable. And then, of course, you had to play your audience. A screening of Spider-Man Brand New Day was evacuated after an audience member unleashed a Hulk-sized fart. The smell was so unbearable, moviegoers had to leave the theater in disgust.
Hulk-sized.
Hulk-sized fart. Also, why would you get mad at the stewardess? Have a humbling moment. Hey, sir, I'm sorry, but we have to cut you off. You've had too much to drink. That's a dead giveaway that you've already had too much to drink. Just accept it.
Yeah, it's done.
I've been cut off before at a bar, 100%. They saw my eyes. I looked like KC Wolf in the fourth quarter trying to get the crowd hyped up. They're like, unfortunately, sir, I can't serve you. I'm like, it's time for me to leave.
Yeah, that's
it's 11:30. I should probably go home anyway.
The problem is you can't go anywhere on that plane.
That's true, but you also can just sit there and humble and be like, yep, okay.
But you know what? Some people are jerks. I don't know if you know this.
Or Richards.
yeah.
For
and
sure.
they tend to react the wrong way. You're not cut. The guy was also in a tank top, too. So, I mean, he was in
hell yes.
he was in his Sunday best on
it
this
say
airplane.
Big Dog?
No, I don't know what it was. I mean, it was just,
Hard Rock?
just ripped all up. I mean, like, so he was raring to go on this plane. But, I mean, come on, man. Don't do stuff in public that's going to affect other people. That's just the worst thing about it.
It's ridiculous.
Mac Daddy?
Yeah, this is one of the last days of the honeymoon, so I'm still going to count it for this week. Woman on vacation. We're at one of the resort restaurants, just trying to grab a drink before we go to like our actual dinner. And it was like busy place. It was called the Tapa Bar. They don't serve tapas, so why are you called the Tapa Bar? Whatever. That's
Love
that's
tapas.
Sidebar. Me too. I was very excited. Didn't know until we looked at the menu before. I'm like, okay, well, I'll reevaluate that. But whatever. So we're going. It's really busy. There's one table. We see it. It's kind of just a seat yourself sort of situation. My wife is definitely in front of everyone. She is in the front of the line for this table, kind of maneuvering through these other tables. And I'm serious when I say this. This woman, just boom, shoves her out of the way and then puts her stuff on the table, puts her purse, puts her phone on the table, and then she's like calling over her family.
Oh, I hate people like that.
And I was like, probably I wasn't behind her, so I was like to the side, so I was 10 feet away, kind of watching her get the table. I'm like, oh sweet, we're gonna get that table, start to walk over, and then I kind of see this happen, full like movie view, and then my wife just kind of looks over and she's like,
I think what you say to that person is you go, I guess it's more important for you to sit there, and because it is, I'll let you have that.
I wanted
table.
to go over there and say something. She didn't let me. But
Nah, don't do that.
Who do you think you are?
Yeah.
Pushing someone out of the way, pushing another. Like, I was so mad. Like, she got shoved her in the back.
Yeah, that person sucks. And just think about what they do in their daily life and how they act and the stain that they have on society by behaving like that in public. But again, that table, man, that's so important to you. You go ahead and you take that table.
Yeah,
I hope you enjoy it.
I hope it's the best dinner you've ever had.
I hope it's fantastic.
Jeez,
and then she's waving all her family over. We've seen that woman at every restaurant.
That's exactly right.
Over here.
Yeah, we
Where
got
else
the table.
would they go? You're standing up and waving.
Or
Do you
they
think-
drop the woman off 3
over
hours
there.
before anybody else gets there, and she sits there and holds the table.
It's just like we talked about it for the next like 20 minutes because it was. It was
Did you get a table?
No, we went to a different place.
Good.
Yeah, that was the exit queue.
Yeah, that was like, all right, never mind. And
Yeah.
honestly, meant to be. Like you said, all right, fine.
Yeah.
Screw you.
Oh, well. Not my loss.
Get
I
fed.
mean, I'm going to get the same drink basically at any bar. You know?
Yeah, could have been that woman or someone saying someone just comparing me to Spectre just now. Bob, I don't know. You were the one who worked with him as your producer. Mac's starting to give me those early years of Spectre when he was producing. I don't know if I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
No, it's not a compliment. No.
Somebody says Richard of the Week is that texter from earlier.
Yeah, I still don't understand what the hell that guy was talking about. Like, what the hell was that?
Yeah, it was weird.
Somebody said I would have just sat at the table with my family. Screw it.
Yeah, with the
That
family.
would have been great.
You
And then
guys
walked
eat
out
it
on the
too?
bill.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Binkley would have.
That guy's an idiot, man.
Just leave. Right when you see the server walking back with the two books, be like, hey, I'm going to be right back. Had some lettuce. Was there a lettuce scare in Hawaii?
No lettuce scare. I mean, I was eating lettuce.
People are now scared of jalapenos at Chipotle.
They have jalapenos at Chipotle?
That news to
I
me.
didn't know
When
that.
did they have jalapenos?
I don't know, but I
Cool.
saw that there's like no. Well, I'll probably never walk into that place again.
Do they give you 5? And if they do, they take one
flip it
back and put it in the
yeah.
jalapeno
Here's your
case?
chicken back. I'm good. Thank you.
Here's your ass sweats back.
I mean, here's your chicken.
Not jalapenos. That's one of my favorite vegetables. That's a weird favorite vegetable. But
It's also weird that has salmonella in it.
so let's just starve. Let's just lose.
Well, that's where we're at.
Let's just lose a bunch of weight. Hey, I thank you guys very much. I'm glad to get everybody back together. Somebody go out there and do something nice for somebody today. You never know. It could change their day, their week, their month, their year. It could even change their life. It's simply just cool to care. Kansas City, stay kind, stay safe, enjoy the weekend. Cody and Alex, they're not figurines today. They're actually live in studio here on 96.5 The Fan with Drew Nixon. We'll talk to you on a Monday, Kansas City. Cheers to the weekend. Thanks for all the birthday wishes on the text line. I appreciate you all. Go wine and dine and 39 tonight.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Marcel Delane, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Kansas City is buzzing this summer, and the excitement keeps rolling into August at the Advent Health Championship, Kansas City's only professional golf tournament, August 20th through 23rd at Blue Hills Country Club. Watch the next generation of PGA Tour stars compete for their shot at the big stage. Follow your favorite player, enjoy the action from greenside, or upgrade to an all-inclusive hospitality experience. With tickets starting at just $10, there's something for everyone. Keep your summer going. Get your tickets today at AdventHealthChampionship.com.
Constipation with belly pain back again? Huh? Who are you? I'm future you. Future me? Relax, our doctor figured it out. Your symptoms keep coming back because it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is the #1 prescribed branded treatment for IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily prescription pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help